The gaming news today is all about change. First, the Forza Horizon 5 PS5 release date is here, and it came with some extras for the PS5 Pro, which is prompting some pretty strong responses about parity as well as the future of Xbox hardware. Now, I have a video on the channel right now where I said this is a clear sign that it's time to jump ship. Be sure to check out that video. Leave a comment. You might get featured in the live show. Would want to know what you think. Some of you guys jump to the comments without actually watching the videos, so maybe see what I have to say, see what I recommend people do before commenting on that video. Second, on the same token, Indiana Jones is now rumored with a launch window for PS5. We already kind of know that it's coming from the official announcement, but we were not given a release date or release window, and it actually lines up with Forza as well as some other predictions that insiders are making. Third, it's Monster Hunter Wilds release day. If you're looking for PS5 Pro live gameplay and a live stream that uses AV1, high bitrate, and really good quality, be sure to check out my stream later. If you haven't seen my Returnal in 2025 gameplay live stream, the quality, clarity, and the lack of compression is honestly really unmatched for a lot of streams out there. I know a lot of you guys like watching gameplay. Go check out my Returnal video if you want to see what I'm talking about. Like, we've upgraded to new technology and we're leveraging it to put out a much better live stream, especially for fast gameplay. Be sure to stick around today to watch the Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay live stream or check it out later. And as always, I do have a game for your wish list and your radar. It was just announced and it has a super quick turnaround release date. We are also working on a really cool goal right now of supporting the channel directly. We need like 10 more people to pick up a Member Plus membership. So either upgrade your existing membership or sign up brand new. It supports me directly, and it's a huge focus right now. We rely very heavily on the gifting memberships of others, and that's not the best way to sort of have a community set up. We've got a lot of people that need those memberships, but a lot of folks could easily jump in and support directly. That is one of the best ways to ensure I can do this full time. If you can't afford a membership, man, make sure you hit subscribe and the like button so that way you can be here, and that increases your odds of getting one. So what in the world is going on with Forza Horizon 5 on the PS5? It's official. This flagship title was one of the best looking, if not I think the best looking next gen game this time around for the Xbox Series consoles, especially the Series X. It is landing on PS5 and it will be PS5 Pro enhanced. Now this has to sting a little bit. It's why I argue that it's time to jump ship. It's a very quick 5-minute video on the channel. Again, go check it out. The release date for Horizon on PlayStation is April 29th. You can do early access and play on the 25th if you pre-order. And the official Forza website basically had this to say about the Pro enhancements. On PS5 Pro, the performance mode receives increased visual fidelity, while quality mode adds ray-traced car reflections to races and free roam. Now, obviously, I think this sends a loud and clear message. I break down what I think those messages are in that upload. I talk about the first, better, or best. I talk about future hardware and what consumers should do in response. So check it out, leave a comment, come back. You could get featured in this discussion. I'm sure there will be lots of disagreement about my take in that video. On the same token, Indiana Jones has a release window now for PS5. According to Tom Warren, Wario64 tweeted the following and said, Indiana Jones and the Great Circle PS5 version targeting for an April release, according to Tom Warren, and they linked to his latest notepad. And that article is behind a paywall. Now, Tom replied and said, thanks for sharing. He says that's based on a target date that I reported on back in August. Now, that article back in August said the following. Microsoft confirms Indiana Jones is coming to PS5 after its Xbox debut. Sources familiar with Bethesda plans, and they tell me that the company has been targeting an April 2025 release for Indiana Jones and the Great Circle on PS5. The date could naturally shift depending on development schedules. Now, this could be related to why Tom Warren also said on Blue Sky that April would be a really good month for PlayStation 5 owners. They're getting Forza, and apparently they're probably also getting Indiana Jones. Now, maybe they're also giving something else given all of the Gears of War collection rumors. Xbox is gearing up for a partner preview in March, according to insider Xstasis. I could see them doing something in April as well. So they do their developer direct, then they do a partner preview. They could do something in April all about putting their games on PlayStation and Nintendo. Maybe it is time for a more official event or show about all the games that are being published on other platforms. I could see Microsoft really pushing for this as the publishing shift seemingly has gone into overdrive for 2025. And as far as Overdrive is concerned, holy mackerel, Monster Hunter Wilds release date is here, and the numbers on Steam are incredible, but also a bit polarizing. They have hit over 1.3 million concurrent players. I anticipate if the pattern of Steam games is maintained over the weekend, they will surpass that and take many claimed crowns of the highest concurrent players on Steam from other games. They could easily get close to 2 million players. However, the current score on PC is terrible. Last I checked, it was below 50%. Bad optimization complaints, performance complaints, crashing complaints. The game has managed to hold on to a 90 on Metacritic, and it's a must-play on both the Xbox and PS5 according to Metacritic. PC has an 88, and OpenCritic has an 89. Genuinely curious how you get a score that good on PC, an 88 from the outlets, when the Steam user review score is so incredibly low. Now, the score on PlayStation and Xbox is fantastic. It has like a 95 or something like that. So the users on the consoles are having a great time. Again, if you have not seen my Returnal gameplay on the channel and you're wanting to see what Monster Hunter Wilds looks like later today on the PS5 Pro, I will be playing it on my brand new rig with the new tech that gives much better compression and quality on YouTube, and I hope that you guys check that out and enjoy it. We're probably going to get into a pretty big debate about how it seems like the PS5 Pro is going to be the best place to play this game unless you have a very, very strong PC. They did push out a benchmark testing tool before the game came out. However, I don't think that's an excuse for another poorly optimized Capcom game. The game being poorly optimized, you don't like brush that off and say, well, we gave you a benchmark tool to know that it wasn't going to run well. And last but certainly not least, I've got a game for your wish list and your radar announced just yesterday from 505 Games and the dev team Mercury Steam. They actually made Metroid Dread and Castlevania Lords of Shadow 1 and 2 as well as other titles. They announced Blades of Fire. This has nothing to do with Blades of Steel. I made that joke on Twitter, and sadly, very few people got it. If you got it, you're one of the OGs. Now, the store placement says that this is from the award-winning studio Mercury Steam comes a new action-adventure game where you forge your own weapons and face fierce enemies in a unique combat system. Some of the details are that you can forge and choose your weapon, choose between 7 different weapon families and over 30 unique forge scrolls, which allow almost infinite weapon combinations. Your choice of weapon will be crucial when facing your enemy. They also describe the combat as tactical combat, a unique and challenging combat system which allows you to attack specific body parts of the enemy, slash, stab, or bludgeon enemies depending on the situation and what the enemy is equipped with. This game is a $60 game releasing on PlayStation 5, Xbox, and the Epic Games Store. Sorry, Steam, 505 seems to like the Epic Games Store. This is releasing on May 22nd of this year. So literally they announced it, and then it's coming out 3 months later. Honestly, I think it looks incredible. I think the combat looks good. Hopefully it feels as good as it looks, and I can't wait. Just another surprise game to check out this year in 2025. So just a recap, Forza's coming to PS5 and its PS5 Pro Enhanced. Indiana Jones is apparently headed in April, to the PS5, as well as Monster Hunter Wilds release date, and it sounded like the Pro is once again out in the lead position for performance of a game that's not optimized well, and that's not really a great thing to celebrate for the PS5 Pro. You shouldn't have to buy a mid-gen refresh console to get good performance from these multi-plat games, especially from a company as long-standing as Capcom. Now, that's the news. Now it's time for the discussion. Thank you guys for 100 likes on the video. Keep the like count going. Thank you so much for being here this morning. Let me start thanking the people who are already gifting members. Joker Quinn, as always, Han shot first, and so did you. First gifted member of the day. We are going to be doing a Monster Hunter stream this evening. Madam and I will be playing together, and you will get to dictate what I use. Since we did if we hit the stretch goal, you get to dictate what I use. And if you hit another stretch goal, you can invert my camera. You guys basically like to hit big stretch goals on the channel and then make me go through pain. Joker Quinn also renewed the membership for 21 months, trophy unlocked, 21-month Reforger. Thank you so much. And then Defside with 38 months says, I'm sinking down with an Xbox ship. PC is too expensive to get into, and I don't like the PlayStation. you're missing out, dude. PlayStation's great. You just got to get... I don't like the UI either. I mean, I admit, the UI is... I don't like it. Colin with 42 months and a member plus. Okay, so that's 4 members already, taking us to 87. You guys are already on the doorstep of a stretch. I mean, the day just started. You guys are nuts. And, Paul photoshopped the word pro onto my thumbnail. I like it, Paul. I like it. I'm not... I'm not switching my thumbnail, though. In any case, that is funny. A $10 super chat tip from Space Jockey. I recently discovered your channel and I love it. The honesty that comes out of it really makes a difference. My $6 a month is the least I can do to support you. You are awesome. Thank you. That is so kind. You haven't just done a membership and super chats. You've also been gifting members, and I can't say it enough. I appreciate the people that find the channel and vibe for what we go for here. And Dylan's going to gift a member as well. I still haven't even popped the chat out. You guys have been so generous lately. Like, I can't even get to the discussion of the chat and get into my live chat without you guys just going crazy with gifteds and member trains. Let me set the super chat goal too as well. I forgot to set it. So what do you guys want to talk about? I will gift a member. We got, another Capcom game seemingly not optimized, and a 10 bomb from Space Jockey. Man, this guy puts his money not just where his mouth is, but he puts it in the chat, and he gets us to 2 away from the stretch goal. We're trying to get Derek, my brother, and Feed and Jason F. We're trying to get them back in the member pool. And V-Game Veteran is going to throw his hat in the ring as well and try to help out. And he puts us on the doorstep at $5.99. You guys are going to have to vote on what weapon you want me to use this evening in Monhun. So I appreciate you guys so much, man. The support of the channel has just been insane lately. Thank you to everybody who's been jumping on those evening uploads. That's really empowering us to have a little bit more freedom. We think we're also going to change a little bit of the format. Like if we do a longer upload, like those 10 or 15 minute pieces, those are probably going to start dropping in the afternoon after the live show when there's more of you here. We've been doing those in the morning, and then we go live and we like step on the video and it doesn't do well because like everybody's hanging out here instead of watching the video. So we're going to change that format a little bit. And if you're watching those videos, those 4 and 5 minute videos in the evening, that is immensely helpful. And there it is. Mick D09 lands the plane on 600. I now owe you guys 5 more members. And if we push past this with an Agent of Chaos, we'll have another stretch goal for you. You guys like to make me play on inverted controls, and it's so dadgum awful. You have to be fair here. Capcom put out a demo and a benchmark tool for free on PC. You never had to pick the game up if you didn't know it was going to run well on your rig. Well, I think the difficulty with that, Paul, is you have to compare the overwhelming number of people that jumped in right now to play that didn't do the benchmark or the demo. Like, we can't celebrate the concurrent player number and then turn around and get scoldy. You know what I'm saying? We're going to scold people. The game's massively successful, 1.3 million concurrent. And we're going to be like, well, but you all should have played the beta and downloaded the benchmark tool. What? What do you mean? What other games do we have to do that with? What do I got to take everything for a test drive now before buying it? Because you basically are like, hey, it's not our fault. You should have played the beta or downloaded the benchmark tool so that you knew our game wasn't optimized well. What? What do you mean? A 5 spot from SDO says, I vote for a gun-only run in Monster Hunter. Looking forward to the stream. Thank you, SDO. And then there's the Agent of Chaos from Harbinger and Xanatos, pushing us to 602. 31 months from Xanatos says, best place for gaming news. I'll keep watching. Even if the ads are forced by YouTube, they're really trying to get us to do it. And that puts us to 602. They are now asking me to put ads in the video multiple times, and then they're saying they're going to do it even once I'm not live. Like, if you guys are getting a lot of ads on my VODs, I'm trying to go back and to delete them. I don't like that. Thing is, while a demo and a benchmark is great, as a consumer, we shouldn't have to do all that. The game should just be optimized from the start. Right, the bar is here. Does your game run well? Is it optimized? Denuvo caused problems at launch. That's why the negative reviews for Monster Hunter. This game is expected to run at 1080 60 FPS with frame gen enabled. They didn't really hide the fact that it was running bad when it was recommended PC. It's PC, though. You don't have a bar. There's got to be a certain level of expectation here, Paul. People are complaining about crashes. I mean, is that really because their rig is too weak? In fact, if they force you, Lono, I'll upgrade to VIP. Well, I appreciate that. You see what I'm saying? Like, just because you tell me that your game's not optimized well doesn't excuse it. Oh, well, people... Like, listen, what are we saying here? Should people not have given it a bad review? Should people have not given it a chance? The Pro can't hit 4K? No, but we're not talking about what the Pro can do. We're talking about a game that's not optimized well. It doesn't run well on the base PS5 or the Xbox Series X. It's not just about PC. PC is just the worst instance of it. Ninja Theory is looking for a combat designer to help us create enemy and boss designs from concept to implementation in Unreal 5. Maybe they're working on the next game. You're right, it's bad all over. Right, my point is, I don't really care if they, like, told us ahead of time or had a benchmark. It's like, people are doing exactly what they're supposed to do. They bought a game, it's not running well, it's crashing, and they're giving it bad reviews. I don't think the users should be, like, in what universe should we be villainizing the users right now? It's the user's fault? If it doesn't hit the targets with the official recommended specs, then you have a case. Right, so you'd have to see, you know, this is something Steam could implement. I don't know. I don't know if this is conceivable. If your rig is below minimum specs and you leave a review, like, maybe that should be designated on the review. Like, this person bought a game and they were below minimum specs, so you should take their review with a grain of salt. It's really hard for me to believe that that's everybody. Like, Capcom now has a history of releasing games unoptimized with Dragon's Dogma 2 and now this. So, if we go to the Steam page and we look at these reviews, how many do we have? 11,000 at a 47%. So, I'm supposed to believe that, 11.5 thousand. So we're talking about basically like 5,000 people basically gave it a bad score. They gave it a thumbs down. 5,000 people. I'm supposed to believe that all 5,000 of those people are morons with potato PCs. They bought a game. They bought a game that looks like this, and they tried it on like a really bad rig. Like, there's 5,000 PC users out here. I mean, essentially what you're saying is that the PC user base is really stupid. Is what you're saying. You're saying that a bunch of people bought a game that had no business buying it. Like, I don't believe that to be true. Yes, there are probably people in the mix that don't meet minimum specs, but homie, it says minimum specs is an NVIDIA 1660. Like, we need to talk about this here. This is the minimum specs: GeForce 1660, 6 gig of VRAM, and AMD 5500. What are we even talking about? Where's here's recommended. They recommend a 2060. Homie, they're recommending a card, a 2060 Super. I got a 2070 Ti. You're telling me that all the people who are downloading this are below this threshold and they're just dumb and they shouldn't have downloaded the game? I have a really hard time believing that. With frame gen? Oh, I mean, I know it says with frame gen, so people are supposed to read that and be like, oh, it's going to use frame gen, this game's going to suck. I continue to die on the hill that Dragon's Dogma 2 was much better optimized at launch than people give it credit for, and certainly better optimized than Monster Hunter Wilds. It was a CPU issue, and they also figured it out that they they obviously had some very strange things going on in that game, Broken Lobo. They said that whenever you went to town, the reason that the performance tanked was because all of the NPCs were thinking too much. Wait, did I miss a super chat? I feel like I didn't read a super chat. Oh, no, I read the super chat. I'm sorry. I did. It was about the gun-only run. Charles Hawk with the Member Plus in 20 months. Enjoying the content. I have it playing while my kids get ready for school. My wife yells at me to put on a headset. Hey, kids, get out the door. Where are your shoes? Get them. Put them on. The bus is coming. I don't know if the bus is... I mean, they might already be gone, but thank you so much for supporting the channel. That's the common theme, right? Every parent knows that nightmare. Where the frick are your shoes? What do you do with them? You just come in the home, you just take them off, throw them in different corners of the building? Where are your dadgum shoes? Was Capcom ever good at optimization, or were people just playing Christ? No, Chris. They were bringing very well optimized cross-platform games, multi-platform games but they weren't doing open world. Like the RE engine is kind of showing that it doesn't do great in the open world. The recs are a lie. That's not on the user, says Zubair. Yeah, I'm looking at recommended specs, and I'm like, they're not telling you need a monster rig if they're saying minimum card, GTX 1660, recommended card, a 2060 Super. They are not communicating to me, oh, you better have a monster rig or don't buy this game. They're not communicating that at all. Now, you want to say, oh, but it says it's going to use frame gen. Oh, okay. I don't feel like, are people complaining about frame gen, or are they complaining about optimization crashes and bad performance? Big Mac says, shout out to this community. I get a gifted sub almost every month. It's a huge blessing. Thank you all. Well, I'm appreciative that you are here. Guys, you may have missed the PSA at the beginning of the stream. We're like 10 people away from the goal of having people at Member Plus. So consider upgrading to Member Plus or sign up right now. It's $6 a month. We're like 10 people away. I would love to hit it this week. If they say you need a monster rig, you get backlash. So why not fudge it a bit? Paul says, a lot of Japanese devs have fallen behind when it comes to tech, like shipping with FSR1. Yeah, the fact that it uses FSR1 on console, I'm assuming it uses FSR1 on AMD cards as well. Like, what are you doing? How does that happen? FF16 did that, and it was like they were criticized for doing that. Yeah, I saw that they're shutting down Skype. Is anybody surprised that Microsoft bought something, ruined it, and is shutting it down? Like, oh, wow, they've never done that before. That's like just what they do. I feel like that's on their resume. You know, what do you do, Microsoft? Oh, we corporate raid products, ruin them, and then shut them down. Oh, wow, that's cool. We need to put a stop to Eastern developers making any more games. It's ridiculous. Okay, I'll tell you what we're going to do. We're not going to do this thing that you're attempting to do. I don't have any interest in that. I'm not sure what wavelength you're on, but yeah, I don't want to have that conversation with anybody. Stop Eastern developers from making games. Okay. Oh my golly. I think optimizing for console is the right call, says Zubair. Most PCs should be okay with a console optimized game. FSR4 will deliver close to native visuals at performance mode in 4K. FSR closing in on DLSS. Telling you, man. I kept telling people upscalers aren't the devil. Upscalers are not the devil. They're gonna work magic and voodoo. They're gonna work magic for you, and you're gonna be wondering why you ever insulted them. You know, you're gonna wonder why. But these games are not running good on the console. That's precisely what we're talking about, Paul. We're not talking about whether or not somebody should have used the benchmark, or whether or not someone should have checked the min or the recommended specs. It's another game that isn't ready. It isn't ready. You have to buy a $700 console to get solid performance in performance mode. What are we doing here? Now, it'd be really easy for me to cherry pick here and say that this is an example of like why multi-plat games are not as well optimized as, you know, games built for one system or whatever. Certainly, I think this is evidence of that, but it's more evidence of the fact that this engine's just not built for these types of games. PC Gamer says it runs awful, it looks awful. Monster Hunter Wild's performance issues put a dampener on its record-breaking concurrence as it settles in to early mixed rating on Steam. Quote myself, today's games for tomorrow's tech. Yeah, but here's the issue, though. Not everybody's doing this. Game of the year, though? Oh, yeah. If the press votes according to how they reviewed it, Kevin, it's definitely on its way to a Game of the Year nomination. 100%. 100%. And those concurrent player numbers, I mean, good Lord, it's popular. But I don't know if Game of the Year contention will be affected by such a bad score, because The same thing happened with Jedi Survivor, and I feel like Jedi Survivor still got votes for categories. It didn't get voted for Game of the Year, but it still got votes for categories. It looks fine on the Pro. I played for a little bit last night, and I was pretty impressed. I was like, wow. I was like, given everything I've seen and all the footage that I've seen, this is running really solid. Now, again, image quality is not great. I think it's in a very ugly game in motion. You stand still and look at the characters and the weapons and the outfits. It's gorgeous. You start moving around, and it's just like, ugh, like, what are y'all doing? The performance on the base console has been fine so far. Its resolution is bad, but I've never cared much about resolution. Yeah, I think image quality is very poor, El Duderino. The performance isn't really the issue. It's the image quality that's bad. When someone says we should stop Eastern developers, make me wish the video games news were back in the magazines. Yeah, I'm like, huh? Eastern developers have been doing a great job lately. What are you talking about? Is there an expected patch to fix most issues? I mean, like usual, when a game launches and it's not properly optimized, they've tweeted and acknowledged the problems and they're working on fixes. Could you guys quickly get us to 200 likes? You guys are crushing it. Let's try to get 200 likes in the next minute. Only about 30 of you need to click it. Make that your ritual when you come in. Thank you so much for being here. We're currently working on a stretch. We could probably do, let's see if I can get, I think I've got an image of me angry somewhere here. Well, I guess we could just use the old man. Here, I'll use my no emote. There we go. No. If you guys hit the goal, I have to play inverted, and I don't want to. Get this man 500 a day, no excuses. Yeah, we need those 500 likes by the end. And Brett says, okay, I'll help out. And he gets us to 604. I owe you guys 5 members. If it hits 625, I'll owe you 10. I'll wait and do a 10 bomb. We'll see if we can hit it. You guys have been going crazy lately with support for the channel. It's greatly appreciated. I gifted because I was a bad boy in Discord yesterday. Oh, I was just not in the mood, Brett. I got back from dinner and I saw what y'all were talking about, and you said what you said, and I'm like, I'm getting out of here. I was like, I am not doing this right now, dude. I'm not doing the sales. I'm not doing the sales ratio thing. Not doing it. Inverted, you mean normal? Oh, I'm sorry. I'll go non-inverted. To me, it's inverted, Trill. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, if you guys hit 700, I'll play on inverted. No, that's fair. Hey, we got to stick to the terms of the deal, Trill. That's what I said. I'm a man of my word. I said inverted. I think you guys should hold me to that. And a 5 bomb comes in from Sneaky Wolf. He's like, okay, we can get you there, you inverted freaks. I'm not a freak. It was the first game I ever played on PC with a mouse, was Flight Sim. And so everything was inverted because it was a flight game. And then I played GoldenEye, and it was inverted. Yeah, the Pal World devs. Yeah. Pocket Pair gave them the day off so they could all play Monster Hunter Wilds. Yeah. Nintendo needs to hurry and show how the Switch 2 performs. Seeing how games run on PS5 and PC makes me question if it will truly get current gen support. Will Wilds even be on Switch 2? Probably not. I don't know if that's a goal that you have. I don't know if that's the goal with every game. Does that make sense? I don't think every game is like, well, we got to be on the Switch too. I think there'll be games that are definitely like, no, we just can't get it to work over there. Here's what's likely going to happen. The rest of us somehow adapted. It's been 30 years. Well, why would I need to adapt? I just went into the settings and changed the setting, right? So should I just adapt to motion blur, Zubair, since it's always on by default? Or should I turn it off because I don't like it? That's Capcom's goal. People I know have said they're hell-bent on getting it on Switch 2. Oh, really? Well, there you go. Wheezy's had some pretty good info. And a 10 bomb from Rockin' Robin gets us to 629. I now owe you guys a 10 bomb. Rockin' Robin bringing the heat this morning. Thank you. Wheezy's had some good intel over the years. Apparently what he's saying is they want to make sure and get it on the Switch too. Listen, it wouldn't surprise me it wouldn't surprise me at all if the majority of developers want to get on the Switch too. I just wonder if there's going to be some games that are like, we just can't do it. I mean, you're going to have to really, really be willing to do the work, especially because you're not just like hiring a porting company. What's the company that ported Hogwarts? I forget their name now. Nintendo acquired them. You're not just porting. You're going over and leveraging some type of upscaling that Nintendo patented. For the record, I don't know if it happens. Just know that they've been trying. Right, so what you're saying isn't really a refutation of what I'm saying, Wheezy. I'm saying I think there are going to be some studios that are like, we just can't get it to work. Our game's too big. The memory requirements too steep. I mean, I don't know. It could be anything. There could be any bottleneck that emerges. But I don't know. Here's what I will say. I think well-optimized games will probably have no problem going over there because they'll be able to just pivot things around and use whatever Nintendo's upscaler is, and they'll be able to figure it out. If your game's already well optimized, I think you'll probably have an easier time. Yeah, it was Shiver, thank you. It was Shiver, I believe, was the company that they bought that ported Hogwarts. But I don't think it's going to be as simple as like, oh yeah, just port over to the Switch. It's like whatever upscaling tech they've leveraged, it supposedly is like DLSS, and it's supposed to allow install size of games to shrink and go down because they want to remain on like the cartridge mantra. It's like it's not a cartridge, but it's a little disc, right? Just hit the port button. That's right. It's going to take Capcom a while to optimize Monster Hunter Wilds. Right. Like, if your game comes out of the box and it's not optimized well, I think you're going to have a hard time porting. Core memory unlocked. Relive iconic gaming moments through the immersive sounds and visuals of PlayStation The Concert? What the heck is that? Is it literally a game where you're going to play the music? And a $20 super chat from Sneaky Wolf. It's 100% going to be on the Switch. Companies in Japan shut down when Monhun drops due to people calling in or taking vacay. Same with Dragon Quest and Pokemon, if I'm not mistaken. Switch is the most used console in Japan. Well, the Switch 1, 1 in every 4 people in Japan has a Switch 1. Like, yeah. Okay, so PlayStation The Concert. What is this? Celebrating the music of the greatest video games. Last of Us, God of War, Tsushima, Horizon, Astro, Journey, Uncharted, Helldivers, Bloodborne. Step into the world of gaming like never before. The revolutionary live experience takes you on a journey. So, they already did this, didn't they? Have they just made it available now to watch on like YouTube or something? 35 seconds. Get your tickets now. Oh, they haven't done it yet. I thought they already did this. I was mistaken. Sorry. I thought they already did it. Pharaoh, Brooklyn's calling me out here on Twitter. He says, why are you putting that tier on there? You're an a-hole for that. I mean, look, man. I just am going to say... You gotta let me be... Listen. You gotta let me troll a teeny bit. I'm just trolling a teeny bit. Just a teeny tiny bit, okay? Like, listen, the car's driving away, and the Xbox is, he's a little sad back there. Because, the PS5 Pro is now the console where the game's gonna look the best. You know what I'm saying? I'm just... there's a little tear. People forgot to have fun. No. Brooklyn's a homie. He's just being silly. He's calling me out in a playful way. He's not really calling me out. My thumb was more trolly. All right, let me show you guys Paul's thumb. Paul's thumb got a little bit more trollish, okay? He put pro on the license plate. I like it, Paul. I do. I like it. It's pretty good. Paul's is pretty good. Paul's is not bad. But I'm just trying to have a little fun, man. Everybody just needs to chill the frick out, dude. Just chill the frick out, It'll be okay. I literally made a video last night. Go leave a comment. Let's go read some of the comments. Go watch it and leave a comment. It's only 5 minutes long. Put it on 2 times. put it on the two time, and then you'll be able to watch in like 2.5 minutes, all right? And there are people leaving comments, and they're like, jump ship, why would I do that? I'm like, watch the video, mate. I'm not telling you that Game Pass is bad. I actually celebrate PC Game Pass and say that a high-end PC is a perfectly good choice and option. There are guys in the comments almost immediately telling me like, yeah, whatever, Pony, PC's better. I'm like, did you watch the video? I literally say that a high-end PC and PC Game Pass is a perfectly good choice. What the frick, man? Watch the video. It's 5 minutes. It could have been a 30-second video where I was like, Xbox is pivoting their priorities. A really good option now would be PC Game Pass and a high-end rig, or a PlayStation 5 Pro. Hit like, share, and subscribe. And they wouldn't watch. They wouldn't watch. They'd be like, yeah, whatever, Pony. Your PC's better. It's like, homie, in the time it took for you to type this, you could have watched a video where I literally say that PC Game Pass and a high-end PC is a perfectly good choice, given what Xbox is doing. It's a video about why would you stay on the console? Why? I even call into question their future hardware plans. They literally just made it to where the games that they ship for the next however many years are going to look the best on the Pro. Do you really think a company doing that is going to try to come back out and enter the power narrative again? Seriously, do you think they're going to do it? I don't think they're going to. If you're hoping they're going to come back out swinging with power, I got news for you. There is literally no way. Well, not no way. I highly doubt it. I highly doubt it. Can we get a PC better emote? Omar, get on it. We don't need a PC better emote. No, we don't need to. Listen, we should not make fun of people who are mentally challenged, Trill. Okay, that's enough. Making fun of the Xbox guys is one thing, Trill. But the PC guys, come on. We gotta leave those guys. We gotta leave those guys alone, man. You know? That'll get clipped. Look how mean Reforge is. Jiminy Christmas. Golly. Let's DevSide replied to my video and he says, I'm sinking down with this ship. Yeah. LOL. There you go. You get a comment from me. Spice King says, I prefer the term retarded. Yeah, sure. Oh my good golly. Listen. The point is, okay? The point is, if you're still holding on and you're like, we're gonna get, it's the wait until guys, okay? I'm trying to tell y'all, now's the time to switch. You should either be investing in your library on PlayStation. Track with me now. Why buy Doom the Dark Ages or play it on Game Pass? Why play Doom the Dark Ages on Game Pass on your Xbox? Here's the other thing. Not everybody on Xbox Series X or Series S, not everybody's on Game Pass, okay? So there are people that are going to buy Doom the Dark Ages on their Xbox. And I'm telling you, why would you do that? Either jump to PlayStation and start building a library there because all of the Xbox games are going there anyway, or go to PC and start building a library there. If you're not on Game Pass, I mean, maybe I should have had that nuance in the video. It was a 5-minute video. It was basically meant to be a quick opinion piece. Maybe I should have had that level of nuance. If you're one of the people on Xbox hardware right now and you buy games and you don't do Game Pass, there's still a lot of them that do that. What, 30 million Xbox Series consoles have sold, and they only have roughly 30 million Game Pass users. About 10 million of those people are on Game Pass Core. So they're not even getting day and date. So there's 20 million. If you split that 20 million Game Pass subscriber number right down the middle, 10 million people on the Xbox hardware have Game Pass. That means 20 million, 2/3 of the Xbox console user base on Series X and S. That means they're not on Game Pass. That's a lot of people that are, I think right now, staring down the barrel of a tough choice. It's like you either stay there, and I don't think that you should, because they've shown You are not the priority, and I think they've signaled loud and clear that future hardware is not going to enter the power fight. That's not their goal. Jump to a PS5 Pro or jump to a high-end PC. This is the year to do it. This is the changing of the guard. You're not even accounting for the gold people who became Game Pass Core. No, I am, Eugene. I am. When I said 30 million Game Pass subscribers, I subtracted 10 million from that. There's only about 20 million people in the Game Pass sub-funnel that could even leverage day and date. And again, if you take that 20 million and you divide it between PC and console, there's only about 10 million people right now on console Game Pass, whether it's Ultimate or Standard. That means 2/3 of the Xbox Series X and S user base are not on Game Pass. And if they're going to continue building a library, this is the year to change. This is the changing of the guard. Like, they're literally telling you, you have no reason to stay here. Start building a library on PlayStation or start building a library on PC. That's the point of that video. There's no hate there at all. I'm like reaching down and saying, get out. Get out. A bunch of us got out already. And they're like, and I had people in my comments, they're like, nobody's going to do that, bro. Nobody's going to leave. I'm like, you should read the comments on this video. There are countless people that are like, I switched 2 years ago. I switched last year. I'm switching this year. A bunch of people are like, I'm out. I'm done. I had a lot of people say they switched to PC. And I was like, that's a perfectly fine choice. Perfectly fine choice. Because you're investing in something that clearly has a future. You are. I don't think investing in a library on that console, I don't think the future is certain. It makes way more sense to build a library on PC or PlayStation right now. It does. There's no console warring going on. This is a recommendation to the consumer based on what a company is signaling. A company is signaling to you that this thing is changing. It's tenuous. It's in flux. I would say, get the frick out. Just get out. I think if you already have a Series X now, might be the best time to trade it in. Exactly. Now's the time to trade it in. Its value is going to depreciate with every month. Digital Foundry's PC video is out. It's awful. Oh, they have a PC video on Monhun? Have they tweeted like a summary? Let's see. Let's see if they tweet out a summary. It's deeply disappointing to report that the PC version of Monster Hunter Wilds has poor performance and troubling technical issues. This is being reported here by Digital Foundry. They're asking the question, what might be wrong? So you know these guys, I mean, they tested a whole host of things. So there you have it, folks. Monhun Wilds is best on the Pro. That's a tough one. It's gonna be a tough weekend for those PC boys. It's gonna be a tough weekend. You know what they're gonna do? Well, my rig's fine. My rig's fine. My PC's fine. Okay. All right. What'd you say, Derek? Isn't that the whole point of Xbox Everywhere? Your library isn't stuck in a physical box, but your library can't come with you, Derek. Xbox Everywhere is not even really the greatest descriptor of what they've done. So right now, Derek, I can't like boot up my PlayStation and say, "Oh, there's all my Xbox games." That's why people don't want to switch. I had people getting really frustrated with me on my video. They're like, "Why on earth would somebody do that? Go over there and I got to buy all my games again?" Well, first of all, if you're on Game Pass, you've not been doing that. But if you've been buying games, I get it. Your library is just going to stay there. Mine is just sitting there. I can't do anything with it. I mean, I can play it on my Xbox, but I can't bring it with me. For the time in a long time, we actually have games to look forward to. Lono, can you wax poetic about those instead? Why would I force positivity on a day where one of the most anticipated games and a game that's breaking player concurrent numbers on Steam, why would I not talk about the fact that it's not performing well on PC with respect to optimization? I just should ignore that? No, you can't bring it to PC, Derek. No. My Xbox library doesn't come with me to PC. Some of it does, but the vast majority of it does not. My backwards compat library? No. No. They would need to create an Xbox 360 emulator. That's essentially what my Xbox does. It emulates the 360 or the Xbox One so that I can play those games. You would need an emulator. What are they even selling then? Every screen is an Xbox is basically them saying we're a publisher now. They're like, we're putting our games everywhere. You can get our games everywhere. You can get Game Pass on the cloud on a Fire Stick or your TV. You can buy our games on a PlayStation. Like, they're basically saying our stuff's everywhere. They're not saying here's the real rub, Derek. They're saying our stuff is everywhere. They're not saying that your stuff's everywhere. Right? They're not saying your stuff's everywhere. They're saying our stuff's everywhere. Now, they've made assurances that they're working on that, right? Like they would like you to be able to like go everywhere in your libraries there, but that's just isn't you're I don't think you're ever going to like boot up on PlayStation and like, oh, there's all my backwards compatible games from Xbox One. If the screen is an Xbox and it can't play my Xbox library, then it seems worthless. I think they're working toward that. I think they're working toward that. They want you to be able to access the cloud and access all those games. So, because Paul's saying he was part of the testing. What they have to negotiate, though, is either emulate it natively or cloud stream it. The cloud streaming is a dadgum nightmare because the EULA, the end user license agreement on a lot of these games, doesn't allow for cloud streaming. So PlayStation and Xbox are having to negotiate with all these companies to change that and make that allowable. TJ Rage with 29 months. Keep it up. We're going to see Xbox nowhere. And he bumps the line to 630. We are now a 20 bomb away from 650. We'll see if anybody takes the cake for the first 20 bomb of the day. I currently owe you 10. I would then owe you 20. It could be a double 20 bomb dunker. Me and somebody else. We'll see if anybody's waiting in the wings. Every screen is an Xbox. Cool. Can I play my Xbox games? No. I think they want that to be true eventually. Like, they want you to be able to turn on your Fire Stick, TV, tablet, or your PC, and all your stuff's there. I don't know. I don't know if they're going to get to that point. I truly don't know if they're going to get to that point. I don't know if you're going to be able to get everything. I think you're going to have, like, more than you have now. I do not know if they're ever going to get to the point where, like, your entire backwards compat library and also everything you have this gen, I don't know if it's all going to end up on the cloud because let's just say you bought a third-party game this gen on your Xbox, okay? Let's just throw out a made-up game, okay? Swordman 5. You bought Swordman 5 on Xbox. You love it. It's one of your favorite games. If that company never agrees for their game to be cloud streamed, it will never be streamed on your cloud on Xbox. It won't. It's not up to Xbox. It's up to them. So there could be a litany of third-party games in your library that you can just never cloud stream because if the company never agrees to it, then that's it. You're not going to. Now, the hope would be Swordman 2 is the best. Yeah, I heard Swordman 2 is better than 1 and 3, and then, 4 was a remake that they lied and said wasn't a remake. Yeah, but Swordman 5 really turned things around. The point is that you would hope they have a vested interest. Like a company would say, oh, we want our game to be available on cloud because that'll make people want to buy it more. Cloud's not popular enough yet for that to be a reality. I don't think there's an impetus right now for a company to make their game cloud streamable. Now, if a device like the Portal, the PlayStation Portal, grows in popularity and people buy it just for the cloud function, That's a really good selling point for PlayStation to go to third-party developers and say, hey, you want to be cloud available. There are people buying this device in the millions, and they're only using cloud, and if your game's listed there, they might buy it. That's how you're going to convince these companies to do it. I still don't think you're ever going to have every single game there because some of these companies don't even exist anymore. What's the legality there? If some dev or publisher is gone, how do you make that game available on cloud? How do you change the user agreement? I don't know how you do it. I don't think it's realistic to expect total backwards compatibility. Nobody ever does that. But if I have 24 Series X games and the screen is an Xbox that can't play them, then GTFO. I think. Why do you think the Portal can stream your whole PS5? It was a way around it, Critopsy. It was a way around it. The Portal, as a remote play device, was a way around that the legalese of the user agreement. It's like, well, you're not playing it on the cloud. You're playing it on their PlayStation 5. Swordman Trailer 7 is out now. Please believe me. Mike on the mic with a $5 super chat tip. Microsoft being so pro-consumer, they should distribute a couple billion to PSN vouchers. Oh yeah, that's what they should do. So you can rebuild your library for sure. For sure, that would be pro-consumer. Sony ain't got crap over there worth playing. I'm sticking with Xbox. Okay. Chat's funny today. Did y'all get a good night's sleep or something? These guys are like, I had a guy leave a comment on this video about jumping ship, and he was like, you're just jealous. He told me, you're just jealous that Xbox is putting out more quality games than PlayStation, and they're not remasters. And I genuinely felt bad for them. I was like, you actually believe that? You believe that Xbox has put out more quality games this gen? It's always projection? Yeah. You think I'm jealous. I'm like, oh, I'm so jealous of all the games I got to play on my Xbox Series X. What are you even talking about? What and what quality are you talking about? They've had 3 games ship that I would consider to be very good quality. Forza, Hi-Fi, and Indiana Jones. Everything else has been 30 FPS or bad, like buggy, glitchy. And you want to throw a Valve in the ring? No, performance is poor. It's not very good. Performance mode's been heavily criticized. The game was delayed and not ready. Like, what quality are you talking about? I think it would make more sense to switch from Xbox to PC. You could use your library through the Xbox launcher. Some of your library shenanigans, yes. Yes. That's why in my video I said about jumping ship, I literally said that PC Game Pass is an incredible value, and I think doing a mid to high-end rig PC is a great choice. I think it's a great choice. I did not turn it into a video of like, yep, time to go to PlayStation. Time to go to PlayStation. It's like, no, it's time to get off of Xbox console. Like, you're better off on a PC with PC Game Pass, and you have access to Steam, and Steam's incredible, or go to PlayStation 5. Do a PlayStation 5 Pro or a high-end rig. I think those are your 2 best choices right now. Hit the like button. Phaedra Socrates is saying, hit the like button. Lona, you're not being fair at all. You are just pretending that they didn't release Redfall just last year. Can you imagine how the podcast in the future will talk about the Xbox console fans? Yeah, I mean, there's a variety of responses to what's happened. I think a lot of them are all of a sudden basically like becoming PC cheerleaders. You know, like the famous tweet that I called out. If you can only afford one console, then get a PC. What? I mean, you got that. You got that. Just, I mean, that's genius. That's a genius tweet. I actually think it's a gift. I think it's a gift to, in such a limited amount of words, to in one sentence inject so much stupidity. Like, that's a gift. At some level, it's a work of art. It's like, I don't think I could do that. Number one, I'm too verbose. I use too many words. I always over-explain. I always overspeak, okay? It's a weakness that I have. At some level, I'm like, this is a work of art. To within just one sentence be like, I'm not just going to inject like one layer of stupidity. It's going to be like a multi-layered cake. You know? It's going to be multi-layered. That's truly that's a true talent. It really is. It's just a talent. You know? With the day we broke that down, I was like, this is like opening an onion made of crap. It's like, it just gets worse the deeper you go. The more you think about it, the more you analyze it, you're like, this is a truly remarkable sentence. I couldn't be that wrong in such a concentrated form if I tried. It's like a neutron star of wrong. It's like a neutron star of wrong. It's just it's like so dense. It's like, there's so much to this. Like, how did you do that in one sentence? You know? It's like you took the entirety of console tribalism stupidity and you put it in a thimble. You know what I mean? Like, just write down, this is it. This right here. Put this in the Louvre so that anybody that wants to know, what was it like in the 2020s when people lost their dadgum minds because they cheered for a brand? And you'd be like, we present to you we present to you this tweet. If you can only afford one console, make it a gaming PC. Step around, get a good look, drink it in. No flash photography, please. Like, just put it in the Louvre. It's just brilliant. It's brilliant. Golly. 5 spot from John always. Brevity is the soul of dimwit. Thank you, John. Lord help us. Lord help us. We need it. I can't do it, chat. If you can only afford one console, get yourself a used Range Rover. You're welcome. What? It was like the one tweet that replied to me. It was like, you know, no one's saying exclusives are bad. Yes, they are. And then it was, if you put the game in more places, it makes more money. End of discussion. I'm like, what the frick? Can I just do that from here on out? Just end of discussion? That's it. The conversation's over. You know? It's like, that's not true. What you said isn't true. If you put the game in more places, no, you do not automatically make more money. But you can just, this is just like name it and claim it. You know what I mean? You know? You sound like some snake oil preacher. Like, you just name it and claim it. It's like, yeah, if you just do this, you just make more money. End of discussion. Oh, the discussion's over. Okay, all right. It's amazing that you figured something out so easily that a litany of companies seemingly don't know. I don't know how these thousands of indie studios and AA studios could be this stupid. They won't put their game on more platforms than PC. Look how dumb they are. They could make more money. Jiminy Christmas. If you can only afford one telescope, buy this pair of binoculars that we stuck a bunch of LED light strips to. No, that doesn't work. That doesn't work. It was like saying if you can only afford one car, buy a Lamborghini. It's like, huh? What? I can only afford one. Why would I buy a car that's as expensive as buying like 3? What the what? If somebody came to you and said, I'm on a bit of a budget, I can only afford one car. Well, get yourself a Lamborghini then. Huh? I could buy 3 cars for that much. A gaming PC. You want a really good one? You want a decent one? That's the cost of like 3 consoles. It doesn't make any sense. It's like that bit that Lewis Black does where he's like, I would have finished college if it wasn't for my horse. And it like infected his brain for like a week. Like he couldn't get over it. He's like, what in the frick could that mean? Like I can't get over it. It's like infected my brain. I'm like, how is this a thing? Why would you say this? Why would you say this? Otagon Ocelot with a $2 super chat. Xbox games coming from to PlayStation and PS games. How is Xbox better? Well, yeah. Have you considered not being poor? You can only afford one car, you know. Anyway. I can't afford this. Well, the solution is to afford it. Oh, right. That's what I'm supposed to do. Listen. The Xbox better thing has just become it's a death rattle is all it is. Like there's a lot of death rattles going on right here, right? Like the fight's over. And so the death rattle is, well, the people who were right and the people who predicted this just go spam their channels, their chats, or their timelines with Xbox better. I mean, buddy, it's not a good look. It just isn't. I mean, it's kind of embarrassing. It's like, what do y'all think you're achieving here? You might as well start going to tweets and saying EA better, Tencent better, Embracer better. What? They're just publishing their games everywhere now. Like, I'm going to love playing Doom the Dark Ages on my Pro. Xbox better. Who gives a frick, mate? They're just publishing now. Like, why do I care if you think that? You going to start cheering for EA's earning reports too and Tencent? Be like, oh, Tencent better. EA better. Okay? What are you saying? What's better? And then the last bastion, the Alamo is, well, we're eating good on Game Pass. You're paying for our games. So you you think that's a flex? All right. Okay. You're really flexing on me. You have enough money to subsidize my frugality. Oh, you got me. Whoo-wee. What a burn. That's a mic drop, you know? That's a mic drop. You know? You're paying for me to not pay. You got me. I don't have a comeback. I really don't. I don't have a retort. Oh. I hate to hear it. Doom transcends gaming platforms. I think Doom's their shining star this year. I really do. I think Doom's going to get a ton of noms. I think Doom's going to get a ton of nominations. Soundtrack probably wins. Action game probably wins. Game of the year probably not, but it'll be up there. Yeah, Doom's up there a lot. Doom's up on this podium a lot this year, I bet. id Software is just at that caliber. It's like when Santa Monica makes a game, like you just know it's going to be great and it's going to be up on the podium. Insomniac's the same way. Like id Software is just at a caliber where I'm like, oh no, yeah, your game's going to be great. It'll get nominations. Like I don't even. That's like predicting the weather in San Diego. It's like, yeah, it'll be mid 75 and beautiful, But yeah, that's a real tough weatherman job. I just think id Software is just at that level of excellence. Like, I don't think they've had a misstep in quality and delivery in I don't know if they ever have, truth be told. Another thing they're flexing is Xbox is putting more games on PlayStation than PlayStation. Yeah, I mean, again, that's one that only matters if you care about that score. Like, if you don't care about that score, it's like, wait, so let me get this straight. You're bragging that I'm going to get more games to play this year? Ruined my day. You really soured my mood. Oh no! Whatever will I do? With all these games, you have really hurt my feelings. Oh, it's just gonna be tragic. I will actively be shedding tears as I play Doom. It's owned by Xbox. It's just really ruining my gaming experience. The financials of property and developer ownership. If they just own the IP, it'd be better. I'll push through. We don't care. Who cares? Rage 1 was good. I remember really liking Rage 1. Rage 2 got a little like, what the heck? Dear you with a $5 super chat makes confetto. It's like bragging about letting your girl kiss another guy. I mean, we don't need... that always takes us down a crass road. We don't need to go that route. I will get a member. I owe you guys a member. I'm going to do it right now. There we go. 631. The 20 bomb is now an agent of chaos. We've got a 20 bomb dangling out there. If somebody drops a 20 bomb and gets us a 651, I'm matching. I'm just hitting right away. Member light renewal from Brooklyn. The thumbnail's crazy. We at 20 months. What's good, Brooklyn? I pulled up your tweet and showed you. I was like, Brooklyn's out here calling me out about my thumbnail. Don't forget that Sony gets 30%. Yeah, to me, Taz, that's true. That's true. I think arguing the financials of it just isn't needed, because you're always going to come back to, like, Xbox is going to generate more revenue with Call of Duty than Sony is. Now, you obviously don't know if that equals more profit. Like, you have to add up the 30% that PlayStation gets, and then you have to add up the 70% that Microsoft gets, but then you have to take away from that 70% whatever operating cost was for that game. That's how you get to your profit margin. Marketing spend on Call of Duty alone is pretty big. I mean, they spend a lot. So that's something that, PlayStation doesn't have to do. So the minute you get into the financials of it, it's just like, we're never going to get an accurate number here because we don't exactly know. We're never going to get that report from Microsoft. Like, they're not going to say the profit margin on Black Ops 6 was bink. Like, they're never going to tell you that. So I always find it to be a bit of a fruitless conversation. It's like PlayStation spends $0 and has no risk, and they just get all of the money from that 30%. Like, that 30% just goes right to their profit line. It's like, yeah, we didn't spend a dime marketing this or building this. You did. You took all the risk. Imagine, I mean, a Leviathan title like Call of Duty, if it missteps and doesn't sell well, that can hurt. Because, like, Bobby Kotick talked about this. Like, I think it was like he talked about how, like, one of their worst performing Call of Duties was Vanguard, and even still, it was like a top selling game for the year. You still have to look at that, though, against operation costs. Like, Activision Blizzard didn't celebrate the fact that, like, Vanguard was still at the top of the charts. Activision Blizzard was probably like, yo, we made less money on that. This is expensive. This is an expensive endeavor to bring a Call of Duty to market. And when you don't do as well as previous titles, your profit margin shrinks and then your shareholders are ticked off. So that's something that's going to be, I think we're going to have to keep an eye on. Call of Duty is so monolithic from a development standpoint. They have like 11 studios. So you're talking about operating costs that most studios would not, most publishers and companies would not want to undertake that. They wouldn't. So, if future Call of Duties have any retail slowdown at all, any monetary slowdown at all, that's when you'll start to see a lot of layoffs and studio gutting, because the work that goes in, the number of studios assigned to just Call of Duty as an IP is enormous. It's enormous. And so that conversation gets very, very, you just get lost, because people will say, well, here's the number of Black Ops 6 copies that sold, and 70% of that is, Microsoft made more money. And it's like, we don't know if they did, because you don't know what the profit margin is. Yeah, it kind of comes back to the Star Wars convo. Exactly. Like, companies of this size, they want to see growth. They want to see the profit and the revenue go up. And that's really difficult to do when you have 11 studios working on one IP. That's very challenging. So I would rather look at this from the perspective of like the gamer's experience. So if you plot this out 5 years from now, where are you going to be as a gamer? That's why I said, and Brooklyn does a member plus. Thank you so much. Did you just upgrade, Brooklyn? We are so close to our goal of having 600 people at member plus and above. Let me check it on the back end here. Let me double check. Brooklyn upgraded 0 days ago. Oh, we're at 585. We slipped a little. We must have some people that need to renew. We're 15 away. We were so close yesterday. We were 13 away. I'm going to count that as 2, Brooklyn. That's going to get us to 633. There we go. That's why I said it's time to jump ship. It's like you've got to make decisions now about where you think the industry's headed. Like, forecast it out in your mind. Should you be firmly planting on that console, or should you be building a library on PC or building a library on PlayStation? Because when 2030 rolls around, I'm here to tell you, if you stay white-knuckle gripped to your Xbox console for the next 5 years, I think you're making a mistake. I do. I think they've signaled to you that you should go elsewhere. Something's going on with YouTube. I've gotten the membership expiring soon multiple times a day, and I'm clearly a non-member pleb. Kevin, were you on a gifted before, though? Were you ever, on the gifted? You've not been on a membership for a while. I'm scrolling through your chat history. Yeah, maybe it was a while ago. No one's playing COD. They're banking on Verdansk. I mean, Black Ops 6 sold very well. What do you mean? You were always gifted? I think they're trying to get gifted members to convert. I do. Super Googly does a super chat. First super chat on the new goal says, I already have a PC, Xbox versions of Forza Horizon 5, but I'll still buy it on the Pro just for the laughs. Enjoy laughing while you spend money. In 20 months from a VIP named MASH. Good morning, all. Remember to hit the like button. Thank you, MASH, for renewing your member and getting us to 634. You are the best. Yeah, we need 20 more likes to 300 likes. Guys, we will be playing Monster Hunter Wilds today on my PS5 Pro, and we have upgraded the rig. We are now streaming on new technology. If you didn't watch my Returnal gameplay stream, Returnal in 2025, you want to check that out. Almost no compression, no anything. It's beautiful. And a 20 bomb from MASH. I wanted a 20 bomb tag team partner, and MASH has shown up. And then it's going to be 655 because of VIP renewal from Low Life. And I'm going to do a 20 bomb as well. That's what I owe you. I'm tag teaming with my man MASH. It's always fun to put these trains in the chat. Enjoy the memberships, boys and girls. You get to come to the afternoon stream with Hilly. We're going to play Monhun Wilds. I'm going to play Monhun Wilds with my wife tonight, and you guys get to dictate what I use. If this hits 700, I got to play inverted. I will be playing on my portal. I won't be able to, like, show you my gameplay. I don't have a way of doing that. I don't have another monitor in here. You know what? I probably could get another. Yeah. I probably could do it. I'd have to slide this whole rig forward, and then I could put a monitor right there. It actually wouldn't be that hard. I could put the Focusrite underneath. Yeah. Maybe we could get it set up so I wouldn't always have to use the portal, and then I could have 2 cap cards running. And Delta Boss with 10 months. Give me that +1. Lono, let the chaos reign. And there we go. 656. And now we're a 20 bomb away from an Agent of Chaos 675, where I'll owe you guys 5 more members. Will Crackdown 3 come to PS5? I'd love to see Xbox spend money on converting and optimizing so I won't buy it. I don't think they're going to do anything with Crackdown 3. I don't think so. The overhead is ridiculous on COD. They are freaking out right now because the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles event is not going well. Excuse me. The skins ET are not selling well. Microsoft is freaking out behind the scenes. Have you seen this reported by any insiders, or is this all speculation? There goes my gifteds. There we go. There we go. The gifted is slow. I'll tell Murph that you need a new monitor. No. I have monitors. No. I have monitors. I don't need monitors. I asked on Twitter why the score was so low for Monhun on PC, and then I made the observation that the score is fine on console. Did you guys see? Dude, I am so ready for Monhun. I mean, that's me, isn't it? That's me. That's me, bro. I'm just in the game. I'm right there. Just no glasses. A $5 super chat from Straight Shot says, I got about 4 hours into Wilds on the Pro. Great performance. Also can use keyboard and mouse on the console. Digital Foundry says not to buy Wilds yet on most GPUs. A $5 super chat from Perfect Image. I was a COD head since PS3. A little PS4. I was glad I left COD 4 a while because I would play Ghost, Battlefield, Red Dead, GTA 5, but I'd be leaving and coming back. Well, thank you, Perfect Image, for the $5 super chat tip. Elvish Presley. That's right. That's right, dude. It's a fairly accurate character, but he's too tall. How tall? You can't tell how tall he is, Corey. You liar. You liar. You have no idea how tall I am. In this picture, I could be any height. I actually didn't mess with his height. I'll have you know. He's just the default. He's just the default height. Whatever that is. He's taller than me, almost assuredly. It's fine. His forehead's too small. Yeah, I couldn't get that part right. That pompadour just comes right down to that widow's peak, and mine slightly does it, but man, his is down there. I was like, I can't fix this. D the Great says, I'm connected to a few folk. I'm not Tom Henderson. I'm like super off-brand version. I mean, listen, it wouldn't be surprising to me at all if internally they are like not happy with performance of, stuff with Call of Duty, not because of anything happening right now. I'm not in tune to Call of Duty. Like, I don't know what's going on with the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing, but you telling me that's easy to believe, and I'll explain what I mean. It's related to everything I was just talking about. It's like, listen, if you were going to have something at that level of operation costs, it can get really dangerous if you can't maintain. And an example, an analog to this is Destiny with Bungie. Destiny was sitting high on the hog, and as soon as interest slipped, as soon as demand for their product slipped, they were in a bad spot. They're laying people off. They're out, basically outsourcing people to SIE. They're shutting down projects. They're handing projects to other studios. It's like, buddy, you got to watch out. When you got something that's that expensive and it's also making lots of money, that's volatile. It's very, very volatile. That's right, Lona, you dream big. So what if you don't look as good as your Monster Hunter avatar? That's right. That's right. Listen, man, I just don't want to be woke. I don't want to be woke. I'm not going to be out here having some short guy in my game or, God forbid, a woman. I don't want to be woke out here, boys. You know what I mean? I'm trying to be tough. I'm trying to be masculine. You know what I'm saying? Just living out my dream as a tall bro. I don't know what year they stopped saying this, but NVIDIA used to always say we're 30 days from bankruptcy or something. It doesn't take long to tank. Yeah, it's why you always want to keep your operating costs low. I have a great idea for the stretch goal. Can we have Madam pick you up and show you areas of the house that you've never seen? Give me a freaking break. Give me a break. I am taller than her, you jerks. For context, Mash says, I have 28 hours in Indiana Jones and 32 hours in Avowed, my last two major finished games. I'd give them both 8 out of 10. But if I did half grades, I would do 8 out of 10 for Indiana and 7.5 for Avowed. What are you saying for context? I finished Avowed now, 32 hours total. I had that bug in the last quest. Had to reinstall the game to fix it. Oh, you figured it out, Mash. Okay, good. Go full woke and make your character black. I should just start doing that in every character creator. Every game I play, I should just play as a black woman and be like, doing my part, y'all. But come on. You gotta stay woke out here. This is why I stick around. Lona has a great sense of humor. Much appreciated, and thanks for all the great content. I appreciate that, Hattie, and thank you. North Cal garbage man here. Lono, I told a lie yesterday, and here's the truth. You were told that you're still too small to play the live action. Hey, listen. Just because you work in garbage doesn't mean you can bring it into my chat, Jason. I try to keep a straight face. You want you to listen to me, garbage, Mr. Garbage Man. You don't just deal in garbage. You are garbage. You are garbage, sir. You want to bring up Jimmy Neutron and my height at the same time? You're garbage. They're like, oh man, he really doesn't like that. He really doesn't like when you joke about that, man. He really took that garbage, man. You work in garbage? Yeah. I can see him at like a real fancy event, like violin music's in the background. He's holding a martini. And they're like, what do you do? I work in garbage. I work in garbage. Oh. So like you own waste management companies? No, I work in it. I touch it. Throw it around. Uh-huh. Yeah. Oh. Who let you in? Oh, man. Garbage job is a hero's job. I tell you what. Yeah, I got respect for the time of day and the temperature, especially when it's cold, and then the smell. I couldn't do it. Lono's just more grounded and close to the ground. He's not short. That's correct. That's correct. You got to keep yourself humble out here, you know. You drive the truck. Oh, okay. All right. Okay. Guy out here boasting. Guy out here is flexing. He's like, I'm not out there with the handlers. I'm driving a truck. How many Series S have you salvaged, Mr. Garbage Man? Oh, that's mean. So you could say Lono is down to earth. Talica, MASH said that, made that joke. Well, kind of. Whatever. He looks more like a character from Cloudy Wit, Cloudy with a Chance of Meatballs. Oh, yeah. He has kind of a similar hairstyle. I know who you're talking about. My kids like that movie. Yeah. You put a beard on that guy, maybe. When I did asbestos removal, I would go to the dump at like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. when no one was there, and holy, did I see some big rats. Oh, yeah. They living off the good stuff, dude. You know what I mean? They out there mutating. Gotta watch out for them. Though you gotta watch out. That's like New York City rats, man. They carry switchblades. You gotta be careful. They'll frickin' mug you. Ugh. Let's see here. Let's get 300 likes. Holy crap, we're right on the cusp of 300 likes. Let's see. We've talked about Forza, Xbox, PlayStation 5 Pro. We've talked about Monhunt Wilds. I don't know. What else is going on? You guys can submit questions. King Sovereign with 27 months. Hey, I don't know if you've covered or not, but did you see the PSVR 2 price cut? I did see the PSVR 2 price cut. I would like to know what their forecast is for that. Like, is it because it's not selling well, or are they getting ready to do a big marketing push and they consider it to be in the second half of its gen? Splitgate 2. Yeah, Splitgate 2 seems to be off to good reception and high praise, which I anticipated that. I think those guys, they make solid stuff. I saw Timmy Tenders playing and hitting people with some melee weapon and having a ball, and people seem to be liking it. And I anticipated that. I think a lot of people will show up over the next 7 days and tell me, oh yeah, Lonely, you were wrong. Splitgate 2 it's good. It's, if they're using like more modern vernacular, they'll say like it's off the chain. And I'll say, okay, great. I hope it's fun and I wish them well. But I'm more interested in 6 months if it's still cooking and still has a player base. That's always the biggest thing for me. You see PlayStation posted a blog about the first 2 Indie Hero Project games? No, I didn't see that. I did not see that. Can somebody get me a link? India Hero PlayStation blog. Don't fail me, Google. 16 hours ago, Bloody Boots and Loco. Is this what you're talking about? February 27th. India Hero Project. Okay. All right. What do we got? We got Bloody Boots. Is a high-voltage third-person action-adventure game set in Cranktown, a dystopian entertainment hub powered by junk punk advancements in biotech. The town thrives on illegal gambling. You play as a fugitive teen trapped in Cranktown lawless mayhem in a playground of ruthless mutants. Prepare for adrenaline-pumping action in development for PS5 and PC. So it looks like they're doing the same strategy in India that they're doing in China. They're going to do PC day and date. As a reminder, these are not first-party studios or first-party IP. These are publishing efforts in regions where consoles are lacking. Loco is a cross-platform 3D platform. This is going to go PS5, PC, and iOS. Okay. What do we got here? Hang on one second. Let's do this. Let's do this. And let's do this. Yeah, these type of efforts, I'm actually really curious. Are these type of efforts going to be very specific? Like, is this going to be a huge hit, India Mobile, right? Or India PC? Like, are there trends there and themes there that they're tapping into? Because this doesn't look like a game that would do well, like, Western or Eastern. Well, again, Asia, maybe. Like, if I'm thinking, like, no, maybe it has, like, a game show vibe. I could see maybe Japanese Korean market embracing this. I don't know if this was, like, a Western, like, appealing game. But, again, it's a dev that they're focusing on in India. So this could be, like, an enormous hit in the India mobile market or something. It doesn't look bad by any stretch. It's just a very, very... This is very non-PlayStation. Like, if you look at, like, Lost Soul Aside looks very PlayStation. This is very, very different, obviously. Let's go back to the blog and see if we've got a trailer Oh, they don't have a trailer for the other one. Yeah, for Bloody Boots. They don't have a trailer for this. Well, let me see if there is one somewhere. Let's see. Bloody Boots trailer. No, I'm just getting... Am I spelling it wrong? Yeah, Bloody Boots. I might have to add game. I'm getting, like, TV shows and stuff. No, it doesn't look like there's a trailer yet for Bloody Boots. All right, you guys are submitting questions with the question command, and let's start putting them up on the screen here. Broken Lobo, this is something you can do as a member, okay? You can ask questions in chat anytime you want, but your question can be featured like this. Do you think there is the potential for Xbox community backlash, like you sold us Game Pass, and now that's the reason you're going third party and potentially sunsetting traditional hardware? I mean, they're facing backlash from a variety of fronts, Lobo. Like, if you're Xbox loyal and you bought in this gen, I don't know how you're not going to say everything I've been saying for the last 2 years. You deprioritized the hardware after selling me a bill of goods. You privated a video because the promises you made about your hardware were not even remotely accurate and they didn't come to fruition. I don't know if I've ever seen a platform, hide one of their marketing videos. That to me... I don't know why that doesn't get more like attention and send way more red flags. Like, Xbox just tells you what they want at the time and then they move on, which is why all the assurances about hardware, I don't know why you would be believing them. You were given assurances about the current hardware. It didn't happen. Those assurances have been hidden from view of the public. They set the video to private. They moved on from the power narrative. Like, they made assurances about just 4 games, and then everything's going. Like, all their assurances about hardware, it's like, I don't know why. Why would you believe a word they say at this point? They say what they need to say in the moment. It's all properly constructed with, like, corporate speak verbiage so they can get around it later. I mean, just go back and watch the podcast last year where Matt Booty is like, yeah, all of our first-party titles are continuing to hit Game Pass day and date. That's not even really true anymore. I mean, it is, but it isn't. At the time when he said it, it applied to a larger spectrum of the Game Pass funnel, and now it only applies to Ultimate and PC Game Pass. They took it away from Standard, and they raised the price of Ultimate. So it's like, he said that at the time because the assurance made you feel good, but there was a blade behind his back. They didn't make assurances, only 4. Phil said no promises beyond that. But you know what he was trying to communicate, Hilly. He tells people just 4 games. This is not the signal everything's going. And then in the same day, they have a Verge interview where he's like, yeah, nothing's off the table. He wasn't saying things that felt consistent. It's like saying, we're not trying to move people to Xbox anymore, but then also saying we want our hardware to win. So to me, they have a pattern of saying exactly what needs to be said in the moment to keep those people satiated, and it's based on nothing. Like, look at the pattern of what that man did. It's remarkable. Your CFO makes it clear you're going to start putting games on other platforms, and you intentionally do an interview with Windows Central where you omit that from the conversation and you say, we have no plans to put Game Pass on PlayStation and Nintendo. And what happened? All of his minions did his bidding. They all ran and celebrated. They did their podcast videos and tweets and said, yep, see, it's not happening. I mean, come on. This is why I don't really hold back on this anymore. These people were actively astroturfing for Microsoft. They were actively misleading the public. I'm not pulling my punches on this anymore. I'm not being nice. There's no reason to be nice about it. Misleading the public isn't the same as having an opinion. You could have the opinion that you like one platform over another. You can have an opinion that you wanted ABK to happen. I don't care about that. You can have those opinions and you can have those loyalties to Xbox as a brand. But to actively grab things that man said and then use them in the way that I guarantee that's what he wanted to happen. He wanted that interview with Windows Central to convince people, no, it's not happening. That was the goal. That was the intention. The intention with the podcast was that everybody would run with it and astroturf and basically make it seem like everything's fine, nothing's going. They were astroturfing. They weren't all saying the same things in the same phrases by accident. And a hit dog barks. If you don't like me saying this, it's because I'm hitting a bullseye. It's like they knew what they were doing. They were keeping the public in the dark, willfully. They weren't doing this unwittingly. These people have been in the industry too long for me to believe that. They were willfully keeping the public in the dark. So yeah, you can be mad at Xbox. You can be mad at Phil. You should also be mad at the outlets, YouTubers, podcasters, and pundits who played the game. They played the game. And they're playing the game now. They're playing the game now. Phil blows the dog whistle, acts like exclusives are bad, acts like exclusives are anti-consumer, and now they're all saying the same thing. Nothing has changed. Every year, it has been the exact same song and dance. 2023, they all astroturfed for the ABK deal. 2024, they all astroturfed for the fact that, no, they're not becoming a publisher. They're not going to move the big titles. 2025, they're all astroturfing, acting like exclusives are anti-consumer and that this is where the industry's going. All they've done from that year to this year is just repackage what Phil says as if it's gospel. That's it. That's a pattern. They'll do it again. Whatever Phil says this summer, whatever Phil says on his next interview circuit, they'll all just repeat it. And I have a problem with that. I do. It's like, even if you ask the questions and you do the interviews and you represent what the community's asking in a good way, that's not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the conclusions. I'm talking about what you promote, what you advocate for. To me, there has been a consistent drum bang from that side, and they just switch to the drum that Phil hands them. They just switch to it. Oh yeah, we're buying Bethesda for exclusives. Okay, ding 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 ding. Yeah, exclusives, baby, exclusives. You want these games? Buy an Xbox. Yeah, ABK deal. Ding 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 ding. Let us compete. Let us compete. This is good for the industry. Oh, new drum. Oh, I need a new drum to bang on. Just 4 games. Ding 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 ding. Bang on the drum for Phil. Ding ding ding. They're not going to move the big first party titles next year. Here's your new drum. Here's your new drum to bang on. Yeah, exclusives are anti-consumer. Ding 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 ding. This is where the industry's going. Don't you see? They just willingly take the drum from Phil, whatever drum he says to bang on, they bang on it. The pattern's too noticeable. It's too easy to see. Got a gifted sub. I don't know who, but thank you. Well, thank you for being here. You're here enough to get one, and I appreciate that support. And thank you guys for 300 likes, and thank you guys for watching today. So, as far as Lobo's question was about backlash from the Xbox community, listen, I think one of the best ways to have backlash is through accountability for personalities, pundits, podcasters, press outlets who continue to toe the Microsoft party line. I would stop supporting those outlets. I wouldn't give them their patronage. I wouldn't sub to them. I wouldn't give them money. I wouldn't watch them. I wouldn't. You are watching and supporting marketing arms of Xbox and Microsoft. They astroturfed during Xbox One and they got caught doing it, and now they do it in a different way. And if I were you, I wouldn't support it. You're literally supporting Microsoft marketing mouthpieces. That's all you're doing. That is it. If you think they're being genuine and you think like there's moments of clarity and integrity and they're actually critical and they actually go on and they go against the party line and they go against the narrative, then so be it. Feel free to support those people. But if all you've gotten from somebody is banging on Phil Spencer's tribal drum for the last 4 years, it doesn't matter what the talking points are, they just shift to them, then I would say supporting them, you're not supporting like a creator, you're supporting a marketing mouthpiece. And if you can deduce the difference, I think you'll notice what I'm talking about. And FCAT jumps back in with a member plus. I believe that's just a renewal. I'll add it to the total. If it's an upgrade, I will. I'll bump the line by 2. Yeah, we're at 584. I'll bump the line. 657. I'm gonna start coming through your guys' questions. Because we got to switch gears here in about 30 minutes to the Monhun Wilds gameplay. Petrov says, "What do you think about Microsoft's new AI in games?" So here's the thing. I am not against AI. I think smaller studios, AA studios, and indie studios could use AI in a good way. Let's say they cannot afford voice actors and they use it for their voices. Let's say they cannot afford to get an original score made by somebody and they use it for their music. I don't have any problem with that. Like, if it's literal budgetary constraints and they can leverage AI and they still make a really great game. Like, imagine a game like at the quality of Hades, and its mechanics are good, the depth is good, everything flows really, really well, but they had to use AI for the voices and the soundtrack. I'm okay with that. It's like, you do what you can to survive in this industry. I'm also okay if Microsoft can actually pull this off, if they can do some form of game preservation where I can boot up any game from almost any era of time and play it thanks to AI. That could be pretty huge, I think. This is why they're pivoting away from Maddie Plays now. He tells the truth. I've always felt like Maddie shoots straight. I've never had an issue with him, and he didn't like it when that clip went around about him saying, they get the bad news ahead of time to soften the blow, and I took issue with that. I was like, I don't think that's how things should go. I don't think you should get bad news ahead of time so you can frame it a way to soften the blow. I find that to be not a good thing. That's not a good relationship. Now, I don't know if since then he sort of has pushed away from that and doesn't want to be a part of that anymore. I never once felt like when I watched his videos he was at all holding back. I never felt like he held back. So, now as far as AI in games outside of everything I just talked about, if you're going to use AI to make like what we saw where they used Bleeding Edge or whatever it was, and they fed the AI a bunch of gameplay and like it made a game, I don't have any interest in that. I don't. I do not have any interest in some soulless, AI generated slop. There are too many talented devs out here, too many visionaries to play something like that. I think like with everything, there's a line, and when you cross it, I feel like it's super obvious. It's like, oh, this little indie studio or this AA studio, they used AI to generate voices and music. Oh, okay. Oh, this effort, they're preserving these really old games. We didn't have to really rebuild everything or remake everything. The AI did it for us. Oh, okay. This entire game has been made by AI. We fed it a bunch of samples, and it basically copied another game and made a new game. Oh, I don't want to. I'm probably not going to want to play that. Maddie's gone heavy into clickbait tactics, and he's a bit hyperbolic. Why would you say clickbait, though? Isn't clickbait when you make a video thumbnail or title that doesn't represent what the video is about? I don't feel like I've ever seen him do that, ever. We could just sample his last couple of videos. What's going on? What a joke. What happened? What's going on? Massive changes. Worth it? Finding the good. This one stings. I don't think there's any hyperbole here at all. I don't find any of this to be clickbaity in the least bit. He's talking about AAA. Now, this title, maybe AAA games are washed. Oh, okay. I get a little tired of that narrative. I think there are AAA games and studios that are running into problems, but there's plenty of AAA games coming this year that look fantastic. I don't think AAA games are washed, and I don't think AAA games are headed for a crash, okay? But outside of that, I'm not seeing any problems here at all, right? Modern gaming is dead. Now, he has it in quotations, so he could be reacting to something somebody said. Avowal left me bummed out. So I played Elden Ring Night Rain early. Xbox just took a big swing. Massive changes. I don't think any of this is clickbait. I think these are fine. He puts his handsome face on the thumbnail, and then he puts some words to let you know, is he stating something or asking something? I think this is totally fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with that at all. A little hyperbolic on AAA games are watched, but if that's his viewpoint, that's his viewpoint. What do you want me to say? A lot of people think that. They think the AAA games are bad, washed, and headed for a crash. I don't think that's out of step with what tons of other people are saying. I don't agree. I do not agree with that. But I don't think it's like a clickbait. Like, he's not putting up a video and he's, like, Avowed won't run. You know what I'm saying? And like you click on it and he's like, I had a couple crashes. Like that to me would be an example of clickbait. Like if somebody did that. I just made that up off the top of my head. I don't think anybody's done that. But like if his review said like Avowed won't run ? Or Avowed doesn't run, then you could say that's clickbait. It's like, well, what you're claiming on the title and thumb is not represented in the content itself. I've never done that. I've watched a handful of his videos over the years and I've never felt like, oh, he got me, tricked me. I always know what I'm signing up for. It's like the cadence of, of how he's going to talk and the way he's going to set things up and frame things up. I think he's successful for a reason. I think he structures his videos very well. If he has a don't jump ship video, then we will know. Listen. If you watch my video and you understand what I'm talking about, it's like, yeah, time to jump ship, man. There's no reason to stay here. You want to see crazy examples of switch bait for channel that's really bad? Oh, I don't want to go to a channel and call them out. That's not something I'm doing. I went to his channel knowing I could praise it. Listen, there's a game being played on YouTube all the time, and the game is getting people to click, okay? You're trying to get people to click, and there are ways to do it where you're creating a healthy mystery gap of like, ooh, I wonder what they're going to say, and there's like sort of like the dishonest way of doing it. This game is cooked. And it's like, and the video is literally just, this one tweet from 8 years ago, they're now the community manager, and they said that their puppy made them mad. Like, and you're like, oh, wow, the game is cooked. Sure is. So, yes, I would say there are people who deal in very, very dishonest setups, framings, thumbnails and titles. Maddie is not one of them. He's not even close. I wouldn't even put him in the same universe. I feel like his titles and thumbs are completely professional and fine. Yeah, you're treating people like, I've always said, you're basically treating people like they have monkey brain. Like, almost like caveman brain. Like, ugh. Like, I'm interested in this game. New trailer, ugh, click. Like, it's like, this part of your brain when you're engaging with technology is so basic. Like, it's so simple. You're not being thoughtful when you're, like, scrolling through thumbnails. You're not. You're looking for something quick. You're being less discerning. You're being less critical in your thinking. You're just looking for something quick, like gameplay. That's why gameplay videos tend to do very well. It's like, I want to see, Assassin's Creed Shadows new gameplay. And you're just going to click on the first thing that you think's got the new gameplay. Everything's always in all caps. I mean, mine are all in all caps. I think all caps, just the letters space out nicer. I think it just looks nicer. Question here from Stone Spire. Atomfall comes out in about 30 days. Any interest in playing it or streaming it for us? I get Fallout 4 Stalker vibes from it. Yeah, I think we'll check it out. We saw some footage from it yesterday of the combat, and it looks very interesting. It looks like it's probably not going to be a game I go the distance with, but I always like trying a game like that to see if I'm wrong. Like, what if I'm wrong? I didn't think I'd go the distance with Returnal, and I've got like 80-something hours, over 80 hours in the game. So I like to try games that I'm like, yeah, I might not like this, and then I end up liking it. So I don't think I'll end up going the distance with Atomfall, but I could be wrong. It looks like a game that's got some good ideas and a lot to do, Let's pull up another question. Perfect Image says, do you think Sony is being selective on their first party to port a PC? I am not really sure what they're going to do next. Okay? And here's why. Some strange things happened all at the same time. Okay? They made the PSN login on PC optional, but then games are still region locked. Spider-Man 2 port was obviously rushed. And then we heard that the Gran Turismo 7 PC port was canceled. So I just don't know. I'm like, I don't know what PlayStation's doing. Those are all oddities to me. Number one, PlayStation walks back something that they dug their heels in on for like 6 months, but then they're still region locked. Then they take one of their most valuable pieces of property and they port it, and it's a bad port. Spider-Man 2 why would that not be ported well? Why was that rushed? And then we had no info on the Spider-Man 2 port. Like, we had no info until like the day before it was available. And then around that exact same time that all that happened, we hear from insiders that Gran Turismo 7's port's been canceled. I don't know what the frick's going on. I don't know what they're doing. I don't know if they're changing strategy, changing tactics. I truly don't know. We'll have to wait for an earnings call to see if Herman Hulst speaks to, are you changing your strategy for live service? Are you changing your strategy for your first party stuff, your big single player stuff? You know, I don't know. Anytime that Nixus doesn't do the port for PC, the game's going to suck. Well, homie, Spider-Man 2 on Steam was done by both Insomniac and Nixus. Like, what you talking about? Now, it's climbed, but a 71% is terrible. That is terrible for this game. That is a bad score for Spider-Man 2. This is embarrassment. Insomniac and Nixus are two of the more respected developers out there with respect to game quality, optimization, and porting to PC. This score is an embarrassment. This should have never happened. They should have just delayed it. Now, you go to Yoshida's comments, and Yoshida is like, yeah, bringing games to PC is like printing money because the porting's so cheap. And you're like, okay, sure, but does that mean you should do shoddy work? I don't think Yoshida would advocate for that. I don't think he would say, oh yeah, because it's like printing money. You can just bring over a crappy port and make buckets, right? So I don't know what they're doing. PlayStation's behavior on PC in the last, I'll say, 9 months has made 0 sense. They haven't made an ounce of sense. You tried to force it on Helldivers 2. You got so berated publicly, and it was such a disaster, you walk it back. So you bend the knee to the community. And then it's not required on Ghost of Tsushima unless you're going to play Legends. But then it's required on Ragnarok. Can somebody explain what you're doing? Nothing you're doing makes sense. You damage the platform where Helldivers was your most successful as far as player base and sales. It sold more and it got more engagement on PC. And PlayStation's like, yeah, just turn it on. And region restrict it, and it's still region restricted in a lot of the regions. No explanation. They won't say anything. No blog posts. No communication. Infuriating. What the frick are you doing? And then they do what they did with Ghost of Tsushima, where you're like, oh, they're only going to require it if it's an online segment, but then they require it on Ragnarok. And then we walk into this year, and they're like, okay, we're going to take Reforge Gaming's advice, since he said this 6 months ago, incentivize people to connect their PSN. Don't make them. Give them a bonus. Give them a cosmetic. Give them a reason to connect their PSN. It's always better to incentivize behavior than to force it or punish it, right? If you're wanting users and gamers to change their behavior, incentivize it, okay? So, they change to optional, but then the games are still region locked. What are you doing? And then you bring Spider-Man 2 to PC and it is clearly not ready. What are you doing? What's the point of all of this? If I was I am a shareholder. If I was a shareholder in the room to ask questions, I would say, what are you guys doing with your PC approach? You're disrupting user expectations. You're harming the scores of games. You're bringing games with bad quality control. And then we're hearing that Gran Turismo 7 being ported to PC was also canceled. What are you doing? What's the point of all of this? Are you just trying to make those users angry? Or do you want them to be upset? I don't know. I have no idea what they're doing. I'm telling you, PlayStation's one of the more difficult companies to predict their behavior and to predict the way forward and to predict what they're going to do because they don't talk. They don't say anything. So, like, I'll make a prediction about their showcases or their state of plays, and I'm almost always swinging and missing because they're all over the place. Like, oh yeah, Yote's this year and so is Death Stranding 2, but they're not at the state of play. Instead, they announced Sorrows. Okay. How was I supposed to know? Oh, and that's coming next year. So you announced a game for 2026 in February. What? They don't make it. They don't make any sense. I can't make sense of them. They seem to know what they're doing, and they're making great money, and they're growing and getting new users. But I don't know what the heck they're planning. Well, remember there are no games for males these days. Woke everywhere. Yeah, Wu Chang Fallen Feathers. After we reach 30k followers on X, we will finally confirm what you've been asking for. How bad do you want it? And then they have a picture of the character in a scantily clad outfit. I think what they're hinting at is if they get to 30,000 followers, they'll reveal the release date, I'm assuming. Maybe? I don't know. Okay. Yo, old school gamer jumping back in with the VIP bumps the member line to 658. Thank you guys so much for another incredible week on members. This is renewals, upgrades, and gifteds. And you can make me play Inverted tonight in Monhun. You guys have already earned the right to pick my weapon. I'm going to be playing with Matt on this evening, so make sure you are here for that. That's 8 hours from now. Question here from Wolf Saints. Is PC also using FSR1 for Monster Hunter Wilds? I would assume that AMD cards are FSR1. I don't know if that's been confirmed. I don't know if Digital Foundry spoke to it in their video. Digital Foundry basically said the game is in bad shape. They're basically advocating to not buy it on a variety of cards. It is not in great shape. Wheezy's saying nah. So what FSR on AMD cards? What version can you use, Wheeze? Warhawk was 16 months. FSR 3? That doesn't make an ounce of sense. 659. Bump in the line. So you can use FSR 3 on PC, but you can't use FSR 3 on the console version, which is why it runs, I think, arguably, probably why it looks and runs so much better on the Pro, because you're using a better upscaler. PSSR is far superior to FSR 1. Alex from Digital Foundry is not recommending anything 4060 and lower. Dear Lord. Brett with a question here. Legitimate question. What did PlayStation do to make everyone hate them so much? They pissed in everyone's Wheaties one morning when I wasn't paying attention. There's a lot to this. You know, it shouldn't have been surprising that some of this is rooted in levels of like nationalism and racism. I mean, the secret Discord, they said some pretty colorful things. Actually, no. They said gross and hateful things about Yoshida. So, you know, I think that's part of it, but I also think there's a long-standing history of, like, what happened with Call of Duty. I don't think people liked that. I can't find it. Yeah, my tweet, honestly, Hilly, I was incorrect. It's not on Steam. I think I wish I could community note my own tweet. Yeah, my tweet's incorrect. I thought that Blades of Fire game was hitting every platform. They apparently have a deal with the Epic Game Store, and it's not on Steam. Yeah, I wish I could edit that. I can't, sadly. Yeah. Okay, so yeah, so the question here about, you know, what did PlayStation do? There's all sorts of things that stem from it. There's all sorts of things that stem from it. I do believe there is an element of, like, people cheering for an American company, right? They like to see an American company win. There is definitely a thread of America in some of the fandom and some of the hatred of PlayStation. I also think people got pretty irritated when PlayStation started yanking, you know, the exclusive chain, and, you know, Xbox went from what they did in the 360 era to just, like, not doing that really in the Xbox One era, and PlayStation beat the tar out of them for it. I mean, they whooped on them. They grabbed any exclusivity deal they could, whether it was Call of Duty or Destiny. You know, and what did Xbox do? Like, what, Tomb Raider? Like, Tomb Raider wasn't even remotely going to move, you know, the needle. Quote tweet with correction. Yeah, I can quote tweet myself. That's true. Where is that? Quote. Correction. This game is not launching on Steam. Not sure if and when it will. So yeah, 505 likes Epic, and they typically go there first. So I'll just say not sure when it will, because it probably will. Not sure when it will. Okay. So, you know, you got to think, if you're like, yay, Xbox, I love Xbox, you know, and then maybe even a little bit of like, I love America. And then you see this Japanese company coming in and beating the tar out of Xbox and grabbing up the exclusives and doing a better job, you know, that makes people go on the attack. The reason this has always confused me is because I don't think I ever bought into any of the loyalty, and it's because I was always bouncing around. I was very nomadic. I went from being on Nintendo to building my own PCs in high school and college, and then once I got married, I was back on consoles. So I jumped in with the 360, and then I got a PlayStation only because people wanted to play Destiny with me. I was a content creator who played Destiny all the time, and so I had 6 characters. I had 3 characters on both. And then when the PC got games that I was playing, it got Destiny. So Destiny 2 coming to PC was a big deal. I don't know if you guys remember that. That was kind of a big deal. So Destiny 2 coming to PC was a big deal, and I could get 60 FPS. I'm nomadic. I'm not loyal at that point to anybody. I just start playing on PC. I'm loving it, right? All of my gaming stuff is down in the basement, so like if I'm going to game, that's where I game. I wasn't gaming in my living room ever. I was always gaming in my office. So playing on PC was easy, right? And then this gen, I was excited to go back to console. I was like, ooh, Project Scarlet, Xbox is going to give me, 4K, it's going to give me 60, it's going to give me all this great stuff. And so I was happy to go back to console because in my mind, that's just always that always feels like home to me. I cut my teeth on Coleco and the original Nintendo. I was never like a PC guy. You know what I mean? You downgraded from PC. PC's just better, period. No, that's fine. You can think that. I've come to different conclusions than you. I don't think that PC's just better, period. I have a very different structure of value, and I feel like I've gotten a far better experience playing on my Pro in the living room with my wife. Like, I just feel like it's better. Which, by the way, guys, I got early access to Split Fiction. I should have a first impressions / review for you on the 4th. March the 4th at like 11 in the morning. You still don't get real 4K on Xbox? Yeah, and almost nobody goes for real 4K on their PCs. That, like, most of the guys I talk to that have really, really strong PCs don't go for native 4K. So you're in here cheering for PC, and you seemingly are ignorant about what PC users even do. You know, like, the average PC user is not running native 4K. So you sound like you're not a PC user. You sound like you're in here trying to cause disruption and get attention. You've gotten a small amount of it, and it won't last for very long, given you're following the same track of argumentation that so many people have. I'm just curious, did all you guys go to like a seminar? Go to like a seminar of like the talking points to use? Because you guys always follow the same flow chart. You always follow the same flow chart. Every time. It's like you say the same things in like the same order. I just don't get it. Native 4K? What PC user out there is championing native 4K? They're not. Like, they're excited about new cards and new frame gen and new upscaling tech because they like that. They don't want to run everything at native. Congrats on Split Fiction. Thank you. I should have reached out to my contact sooner. I'm kind of kicking myself. Because now we're not going to have enough time to probably finish it. So I run native 12K and 240 FPS on every game. Right. If you like PC more, great. But like, it sounds like you're just spewing nonsense to fight. You're not a genuine fan. Like, a genuine PC fan would not, like, immediately barge into a chat, PC's better, you're not getting 4K, you're not getting real 4K on your consoles. Yeah, well, the average person's not getting real 4K on their PC either. They like to use the upscalers. It doesn't sound like you have a really high-end PC that you want to champion. It sounds like you just want to fight. Yo, what's good, Feed? I see you in the chat. We got some time to try to get Feed in the funnel, boys, in 10 minutes or so. Well, play with Hilly around 3. Yeah. Let me schedule now. I'll schedule for 1:30. PC better, that's not the line. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I don't know if they feel like they're going to get this big reaction, you know. Oh, he's going to get so mad if you go say Xbox better or PC better. I don't care. If that's where you like to play, more power to you. I've expressed my opinion. I've expressed where I feel like people should plant their flag, a high-end PC or a PS5 Pro. And, you know, if you've come to a different conclusion, okay, you know, more power to you. It's not going to ruffle my feathers or shake up the jimmies. Like, you're not going to rustle my jimmies by saying what you said. You seem to be bothered by what I'm doing. I assure you, I don't care what you do. Like, you know what I mean? That, I think, is what's so weird in this equation. You seem to be very concerned about where I play and how I spend my money. I assure you, I don't care one iota what you do with your money and time. I don't care. I don't know why you care what I do with mine. You know what I mean? Some of you guys seem really preoccupied with what some of us do as far as gaming goes. I can't stress it enough. We don't care what you do. I don't think about it. It just doesn't matter to me. It doesn't affect my experience at all. You want to buy a $10,000 PC that can, you know, fly you to Mars. It doesn't matter to me. Go for it, man. Spend your money. Have fun. Send us a postcard. You know what I'm saying? Send us a postcard. Console doesn't give real 4K, just upscale to get that 60 FPS or the 120. You basically are playing 1080 most of the time. That's false. So you bought a 1080 console in 2025. Well, yeah. I'm not surprised that now you're approaching this with dishonesty. So you know. Okay. You're right. It's easier to tell you that you're right. No, yeah, you're right. You're right. We're all stupid. You're smarter than us. We bought a 1080 machine in 2025. You're right. So now what do we do? What do you want to do next? You won. You won whatever contest you think we're having. What would you like to do next? Where do we go from here? Everybody clap for Henry. He, I guess, has a better PC and experience than me. You won. We all are dumb, and we bought consoles that are basically we're always playing 1080. Okay, yeah, sure. 2 + 2 = 5. You're a genius, and we bought 1080 consoles in 2025. Okay. Nobody here cares, bro. You're better with your money than all of us. You're smarter than all of us, and you get a better gaming experience than all of us. Great. What would you like to do next with your time? You've spent your time now fighting for that. You win. What are you going to do next with your time today? Lono, NVIDIA sold him 3 generations of GPUs with the sole improvement of better AI upscaling, but PC gaming is better. Yeah. All of the major upgrades in graphics on PC lately have been, FSR, DLSS, frame gen, fake frames and upscaling. But yeah, you're so much better off. My brother got me a PS5 Pro today for my birthday. Hey, guys, it's Feed's birthday. No. I am starting the charge right now. We need him in the member pool. I'm just dropping a 10 bomb to start the train. It's Feed's birthday. Of all people, the man himself, the ever faithful, the ever true Feed. Happy birthday, Feed. This guy's been around since the Twitch days, and he always comes in and wants to be kind and polite, and we've always taken care of our boy Feed. Thank you for being here, Feed. Happy birthday. Stone Spire gifts a member and bumps the member count to 660. Thank you so much. We got a lot to learn about PC gaming, so I appreciate the true PC gamers in here who consistently educate me. Yeah, like, if you hear this guy, like, denigrating people not getting true native, like, true 4K. Like, sure. Oh, but anybody who's running a high-end rig right now is not going for native 4K either. Why do you think they use upscaling? For the same reason that they're using upscaling on the consoles, to give you better and more consistent performance. There's a reason that they use PSSR on the Pro. It's to get you better frames. There's a reason people use FSR and DLSS. To get better frames. Like, you're literally just self-reporting on yourself. You either don't have a really high-end PC, or you don't understand the technology. You don't. You just walked into the room and you're like, hey, everybody, I'm really ignorant. And it's like, hi, ignorant. My name's Lono. Like, you clearly don't know what you're talking about. And a 5-bomb from Risick says, happy birthday, Feed, and gets us to 665. Come on, y'all. I try to start a member train with my own 10-bomb, and Risick's jumping on. We're all saying happy birthday to Feed. We'd love to see him get a member. Like, it's literally the same thing. Like, the thing that he just got done denigrating. It's like, oh, you're right. They use upscaling on the consoles so that we can get 60. You mean like the thing that pretty much everybody does with their PCs? With DLSS and FSR, they use an upscaler to get more frames? Like, it's just, like I said, it's like they follow a script. They're all in a Discord somewhere, and they have seminars about, like, here's what you do to downplay PlayStation, and, that Reforge Gaming over there, he really likes PlayStation and his Pro, so here's what you do. And they go through the same flowchart of argumentation. It's like you can sniff them out. because they always say the same things in the same order. Like, oh, okay, PC's better. Oh, okay, we don't get true 4K. Oh, okay. It's just the same thing every time. And a gifted from Joker Quinn. We got a train going. Joker Quinn gifts a member. And Rissick gifts another member. And Nizra renews at 16 months. I'm a 4070 Ti Super at 1080, and I use my PS5 every day to play with my friends. These randoms have the most subjective takes I've ever seen, and that gets us to 668. Thank you so much. Love the content. I hate that I found the channel through lies, but Lono, you are awesome. Well, I appreciate you you being here. Thank you. Plenty of people, yeah, and you chimed in the other day, Chemtrails, I remember. You said I did. Plenty of you guys have found this stream because people put me in their content and, you know, say whatever they're going to say. I don't care. Thank you for the free advertisement. Thank you for funneling people to my content. You're helping me, and I appreciate it. Talika with a gifted. Haseo with a gifted. And a 10 bomb comes in from Rissick. And that takes us to 680. We just perfectly landed on a 20 bomb away from 700. Is anybody going to take it? Ant gifts a single and keeps the member train alive. We are trying to get Feed a member. We've been trying for like a week. When he showed up at that member stream the one time, I lost my freaking mind. I was like, oh my gosh, we finally got him a membership. I think MASH owes Feed a birthday 50 bomb. No. Don't do that. Let MASH do what MASH does. We've got some people that have been matching, like Pathalon Phoenix has been bringing the heat. We don't always need to call on our brother MASH to help out. 682, a gifted member from Anthony Robinson. Thank you so much. Anthony, I appreciate it. Let's not go spending MASH's money. Yeah. Come on. I thought Lona was a liar and just a fake, and I was fooled by fake gamers. Glad I watched and found out myself. So, Trey Gaming, I'm actually interested in this. I'm actually kind of interested in this. What made you think that a 50 bomb from Rissick? He says, MASH who? Boom! Drops it on the chat. Unreal. And we go all the way to 732? What are we even going to do? You guys keep pushing for higher and higher heights. I run out of incentives. You guys are crazy. I'm seeing names I recognize, dude. Feed. I'm feeling good for Feed. I'm feeling good for Feed, dude. I'm seeing Kenpachi and Fox Hop Smash and Pooger. I'm seeing names I recognize. Come on. Yeah, Ika Gang. Rissick says, happy birthday, Feed. Rissick, that was ridiculous, bro. Between you and Pathalon Phoenix, man, we got some heavy hitters who are like, hey. Yeah, Asian, the Merce just got one. I reckon Dr. Killshot just got one. I recognize a lot of these names. Come on, Feed's got to be in the mix. I recognize almost all of these names. It's got to be cycling back through our people. It has to be. And a member plus renewal comes in from Chemtrails. Yeah, I am actually curious, Trey Gaming, though, like, what did you watch? You don't need to tell me the person, but like, what did you watch that you thought like I was a liar? Like, what were they claiming about me? I'm genuinely curious. I feel like Feed is somehow at the back of the line for every gifted train. It's crazy he doesn't get picked up more often. He's here all the time, too. That's what's so bizarre. He comes in, he chats, he hits the like button. It's like, I truly don't know. I truly don't know what in the world happened to his account. Him and Derek and Jason F. And Haseo gifts another one, and we go to 734. Okay, inverted. I don't know what else could do. I'll switch to that. Reforge's on point every day. Thank you, Niz. Oh, Feed still didn't get it. Golly fucking goodness. Try Wilds yet? I played for like the teeniest bit last night. We'll be playing in just a little bit. We'll be playing in about a half an hour. Yo, Fuzzy gifts a member and keeps the train alive. We're getting to 735. Guys, a great way for you to ensure guys like Feed get a member. I genuinely mean this. You guys need to get out of the gifted pool. It's $6 a month. We need like 15 of you, and we're going to hit a huge milestone. If you upgrade to Member Plus, it counts as 2, and you're getting out of the way for people like Feed. A lot of you guys, I'm telling you, it's a cup of coffee for a membership for the entire month. Get out of the gifted pool. Same for me. YouTube seems to skip you for a couple of months once you get gifted, says Void. How many people get them every month, though? Haseo gifts, another one. Haseo in here, just adding to the member train. Thank you, Haseo. Reforge, what platform did you receive the review code on regarding Monster Hunter? I did not get a review code for Monster Hunter. I got a review code for Split Fiction. Did Trey Gaming respond? I'm genuinely curious. He says he thought I was a liar. I'm like, okay, what did they say? Hasayo with another one gets us 737. Like the play. How do we upgrade? I'm on mobile. You just do it on a desktop. It's super hard to do on mobile. Clips on YouTube are you taken out of context? I didn't know and just assume what I saw in these horrible clips. From one gamer to a gamer, I apologize. I'm upgrading to Plus today. Hey! I appreciate that, man. Appreciate that. Misheard earlier. Yeah. Split Fiction. Embargo for Split Fiction's like Tuesday morning, so I'll try to have a really good first impressions video for you. It's going to be really tough. I've recorded as much footage as I could. My wife and I played last night. We're going to try to play a bunch tomorrow. Sadly, we would play tonight for you guys and actively record footage, but I can't. It's under embargo. So we'll be playing Monhun Wilds tonight. You know what I mean? You know, there's a part of me that says we should play Monhun Wilds with you guys tonight for like 2 hours and then shut down and go keep playing so I can get more footage and more and more, you know, content in my head about it. I'm working on my computer. I would do it now. Well, I appreciate it. Yeah. If you can't do it on a browser, you need to do it on your phone. Go incognito and request the desktop site. It's a freaking nightmare. It's just, they make it so dadgum hard. It's super frustrating. We have supplied feedback to YouTube and my partner manager, like, listen, it needs to be super easy. You should be able to right now click the $ and gift a member or upgrade your own. It should just be a button right there. I don't know why it isn't. It's arguably kind of stupid. I bet you would have hit a ton of upgrades by now if it was more simplistic. Me and my lady really liked It Takes Two. Hopefully Split Fiction is also great. Yeah, I can't say anything until Tuesday. I can just tell you that I'm playing, and I'll have first impressions available for you on Tuesday. Also, I'm an Xbox refugee, but I have a brain and truly enjoy the content. Yeah, I had somebody trying to tell me that, like, saying Xbox refugee made me like a console warrior. And I was like, but that's what a lot of people feel like. They feel like a refugee. They feel like they've got nowhere to go. The future of the platform feels shaky. You know what I'm saying? YouTube on mobile definitely sucks. Yeah. Derek, Feed, and I are on gifted timeout. Yeah, Jason F. and my brother Derek cannot get one. Split Fiction? The Pro is where we're playing. Back in business. Oh, yeah. So you guys are going to start to get, the podcast is going to start to hit Spotify again with video. Those of you that like to listen to the audio, it'll be back in business after this weekend. We switched. We were made promises, and the promises didn't come true. And it hurt us, and so we're switching back. It's pretty frustrating. We arguably lost a pretty good amount of money by doing that, but you take those risks in this business. Forgetful Gamer, I rarely get gifted memberships anymore either. I used to get them all the time. YouTube definitely changed something. I think they're trying to coax people into upgrading. Maybe the more you engage, the less likely you are to get one, and maybe when you don't engage as often, they give you one so that you come back. It's possible that, like, if you're here every day, they're like, yo, pick up your own membership, homie. Like, that might be what they're trying to do. I don't know. You know? All I know is, if a bunch of you would upgrade and get out of the gifted pool, it speeds the process up. Do you know what I'm saying? There's a line of people in queue for gifted memberships. When you jump out of that line, you are helping others get the gift. It's faster. That's why I keep trying to tell people, like, catch that vision. It's for $6, you're basically paying it forward to another person. You're letting somebody basically jump in line. A lot of folks cannot afford a membership, and that's why I keep telling folks, man, consider that upgrade. Skeeter renews Member Plus and takes us to 738. Thank you, Skeeter. Unless that was an upgrade. If it was an upgrade, let me know. That's why I finally upgraded yesterday, said Brett. They also have targeted gifting. Targeted gifting's on the way, but, that's the monetization on the platform moves at a snail's pace. Like they move very slowly on here. It's slow. You upgraded? That counts as 2. We're at 739. Thank you so much, dude. Getting us closer and closer and closer. We need 13 people to upgrade. We were so close. Yesterday I think we were like 12 away, I think. What do you got there, Reckless? What's this? Yeah, they've gone in and messed with their gift settings. It doesn't help. Feed, Derek, and Jason F have all done it. They've all gone in and toggled their gifting settings off and back on again. And, yeah. And a single gift that comes in from Stonespire. Thank you so much, Stonespire. He's making it real easy to get to the next milestone of 750. I'll owe you guys some more members at 750. And Adam King with a Member Plus renewal or an upgrade. I'm not sure. Let's see. I'm going to keep checking the back end. You guys just keep on. Going to give it a shot. My man. That's an upgrade. 588. We need 12 more people. We're at 742 on the day. Pop a 3 of coins to get it gifted. Hey! That is a reference, dude. Yeah, I knew it. I knew the analytics weren't right. Yeah, some of those episodes are from, I feel like some of those are from that time period. I don't know, though. Let me check the record. I think we just broke the record. Oh, no. We were 11 away. We were 11 people away. 589 is the record, so 588. We're always losing a few and gaining a few on those upgrades. So, can you pre-order Forza on PS5? They're going to allow it because that's how you get in early. I don't know. I would assume you can pre-order now since that's what the trailer was promoting. You won't agree or get along with everyone, but that's like real life. You find your tribe, sometimes within a tribe. That's right. Yeah, there's not going to be a physical release for Forza on PS5, and there are some people that are pretty upset about that. So, FCat, if you're still here, I'm sorry I'm getting to your question so late. FCat says, during the ABK deal, Lono, when you said the Call of Duty deal was like Burger King buying Coca-Cola from McDonald's, do you think that you would get the 100 flavor machine? Listen, so many people misunderstood that analogy. It made me cry a little. Made me cry a little. I was like, come on. It was easy to understand what I was saying. My opinion is I don't like Sony because sometimes they do play the anti-consumer and that affects consumers. Overall, as a gaming company, I think they're really good. Oh, okay. So do you think Steam is not anti-consumer? Nvidia is not anti-consumer? Like, is anybody, like, who do you think is not anti-consumer? When I made that analogy, FCat, I was basically saying PlayStation makes a ton of money on Call of Duty. McDonald's makes a ton of money on Coca-Cola. One of your competitors wants to buy the thing that you make a ton of money on. You have a right to be concerned and to voice those concerns. That was the only thing I was arguing. And so many people who they would struggle in an econ class. Like, they didn't get what I was saying. It's like you have an endemic revenue stream to your business. McDonald's is global and they make millions of dollars from Coca-Cola sales. I mean, they make a ton. A ton of their annual revenue comes from Coke, because the margins on that is fantastic, okay? And if suddenly Burger King wanted to buy Coca-Cola, McDonald's would have every right to be like, yo, whoa, wait a minute. You're a direct competitor and you want to buy something that's endemic to our revenue? They would be worried. All I was saying at the time was PlayStation coming to the table and expressing their concerns about the merger, it was completely legitimate. If you're a shareholder of PlayStation, you would want them in there fighting that fight. You say, hey, we make really good money on Call of Duty. You get over there and fight. You get over there and fight. You can't let Microsoft suddenly own Call of Duty. That was all I was arguing. That was it. I don't know about you, but I feel like that's so pedestrian and so easy to understand. It's like, from a business perspective, they have every right to protect their revenue streams. You should be okay with that. You should be okay with the company saying, hey, you're trying to throw your weight around with your checkbook, and that could hurt us. Be like, well, let them compete. It's like, oh my gosh, like, let them compete through acquisition? Do you even hear yourself? Like, that was a really hard 12 months, dude. Those arguments and those debates and the bad framing and the obfuscation and how many of those people just misled the public about that deal. Holy crap, that was hard. It was so hard to stomach. Is full price on the PlayStation 5 because it's a new game? Or is it good for business for Microsoft? What are you talking about? And they continue to put those games full price. Why would you not? They'll buy it anyways. I don't understand what you're saying, Henry. You're not making any sense. Okay, here's the deal. I am going to go to Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay in about 15 minutes. I'm going to take a very quick break. I'll be right back. Don't go anywhere. Smash the like button. Keep the members going. It's Feed's birthday. We're trying to get Feed a member. We're super close to another milestone where I owe you guys some more members. I'll be right back. All right, I'm back. Yo, Vix Vapor gifts a member while I was gone. Ganks gifts a member while I was gone. Did you guys get him? Did you get feed? Oh, we got Vinny Vaughn. Vinny Vaughn's not been around in a long time. Colin got one. We bumped the line. 744. I'm needing to stock up. I just realized how low I am in the house. And Stone Spire sets it up really nicely. He's tempting somebody to do a 5-bomb to 750, and then I'll owe a 5-bomb. Let's keep the good times rolling. Yeah, this 3 Floyd's variety pack. This is what I want, I think. I think this is what I want. Yeah, I want to try another one. Add to cart. Happy birthday feed, says Creature, and a 5-bomb comes in, and that takes us to 51 with Creatures from Wired Rope, and I owe 5. Come on, feed. So I'll get that sampler, I'll get Madam Her thing, and then I'm going to try a new bourbon. Apply my reward. Yo, and Dad Not Good. Is that an upgrade? Hey, K-Med got one. Is that an upgrade? Dad Not Good or a renewal? Today, the 28th, between 6 and 7. Yeah. Yeah, that's good. I'll check the back end and see where that puts us, Dad Not Good. A renewal. Okay, no, that's fine. That probably will still help. I don't know if you count in the total when you're waiting renewal. Yeah, 589. Yeah, you helped. We're 11 away. Oh my gosh, that's the closest we have ever frickin' been. 11 away. 11 upgrades or just 11 brands new members. Oh yeah, I gotta tip the guy. There we go. There we go. Order is complete. Thank you, thank you. Easy, easy, easy. Okay. Halo Infinite Seek and Destroy competition mode announced. Single life, round based, best of 11, offense versus defense, alternating econ system. Huh. I think they're going to treat Halo Infinite almost like a testing ground. I feel like they're going to treat it like a testing ground for... And Sam's going to gift a member and get us 753. We're trying to get feed in the member pool. It's his birthday. We have a little bit of a member train for Feed's birthday happening right now. I feel like they're just going to treat Halo Infinite like a testing ground for the next Halo. That's what it kind of feels like to me. Like that's... And I think that's probably a good strategy. Okay, let us go here. Perfect. There can't be a new Halo. This one is infinite. Shut up, Brett. I'll take my watch off. Reselling is the only reason I prefer physical. A lot of people still prefer having a physical collection. I gave up on that a long time ago. Once I started being able to download games ahead of time, I was like, dude, I ain't ever looking back. I ain't ever looking back. And Catwalk is going to gift a member, and it goes to So Upper Echelon. That's not the Upper Echelon. That's So Upper Echelon. Thank you so much, Catwalk, for gifting a member. Stone Spire is going to gift another one and get us a 755. We're a 20 bomb away from the next milestone. We'll see if you guys didn't tempt somebody. That's a nice setup there. That is a nice setup. Well done, Stone Spire. I'm going to unspin my headphones. Gonna unspin them. Okay. You look at James Gunn Superman in theaters July 11th. His boots are in the snow. All right, let's do a spin test. You guys know I like my spin tests. Oh, sucky now. All right. I love physical collections on the internet. I got the Doom the Dark Ages collectors. I want Doom Guy, dude. I saw that and I was like, give me that. Give me that right now. Right now. Nintendo Switch 2 playing Switch 1 cartridges is a huge win. I have a lot of physical games. It'll be me by myself first. We'll do a separate stream for members in about an hour and a half with Hilly. I don't want to get too far ahead. Yeah, that's me, Salty Butter. I'm on Blue Sky, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok. We go and grab the usernames on all the platforms. Yeah. The Doom Collector sold out on PS5, still available for Xbox. And therein lies the problem. All right, yeah, we're going to switch gears here in 5 minutes, so get us as many likes as you guys can here at the tail end. I'll need a bunch of more likes as well when we go over to the new stream. I'll get ready to send my tweet and everything. Okay. Get my thumbnail. All right, see you, Gabriel. I keep watching that streamer band's Twitter account, man. They unbanning people. The one guy's a month. Some long time accounts. Some long time bans are dropping off. One guy was like 5 years. I was like, all right. Okay, let me retweet that. Do. Okay. I'm gonna send an announcement in the I'm sorry, not in the Twitter. I've already done that. In the Discord. Okay. Today is Monhun Day. That's right. That's right. Oh, yeah. We should make sure before we go over there. Okay. I was making sure that the audio was synced up. $5 super chat comes in from Digital Dude. The only Xbox exclusive game we won't see PS5 is Redfall. That's probably true. We're one super chat away from Confetto. Is anybody going to take Confetto right here at the end? I will then owe another member. We're also a 20 bomb away from 775. We'll see if anybody can get that as well. There's always the next stream as well. You guys can bring the gifted heat in the next stream. We're trying to get Feed a member. It is his birthday after all. Happy birthday, Feed, again. Thanks so much, man, for being here. 3 minutes, and we're going to switch to gameplay. Okie dokie dokie. Looks great on the Pro. Runs fine. So, and Hex says Confetto does it. Thank you so much, Mr. Hex. All right, here's the member I owe you for the confetti. Come on, Feed. Come on, Feed. Come on, Feed. It's Feed's birthday. It's Feed's birthday, YouTube. No. Cool shirt, though, Confetto. You didn't miss it. It needs to be $5 for the super chat goal. It doesn't register that low. I set it at 5 because I end up gifting a member. I put a video in Discord earlier today that I think could help your Twitch ban situation. Seriously? I am Mr. McCoy. We're making my headphones get pulled off. Comes in with the brand new member plus and gets us to 777. Oops. Hang on. Cancel. 757. I'm sorry. 757. That counts as 2. I think you just put us on the freaking final countdown. 3 legal mistakes destroying creators. Can you give me the too long didn't read? I mean, I'm happy to watch it later, but what's a too long didn't read? What kind of an angle do you think I have? We're coming up on 5 years. Like, statute of limitations is going to fall off for me, unfortunately, very soon. All right, we're checking the back end for the member goal. Oh, we dropped a little bit. 587. It's so hard. Anytime somebody's renewal is waiting, they drop out of the member pool. I thought for sure we were going to have it. We were going to be 10 away. It's so hard. See you later, Kevin. That's why we always need more people jumping in. Okay, it's 1:30. It's 1:30. Okay. Let me turn my music on. Now, guys, it's super helpful when you join me for gameplay. Even if you only hang out for 30 or 40 minutes, it is super helpful. So thank you to everybody who continues to do that. I'm going to make sure that the super chat goal is set over there as well so you guys can still make confetti. I will gift a member. Start the goal. All right. And I'll give you guys a link. How's it run on the Pro? Good so far. Alex is going to gift a member right here at the buzzer. Holy mackerel. You guys are piling on right here at the end with super chats and gifteds. I greatly appreciate it. That puts us at 758 on the day. How to optimize PC, and it's going to get worse. Oh, it's hard to optimize PC. It's going to get worse. Thank you so much for the $2 super chat, M's Odyssey. Appreciate you, my man. All right, guys. Use the link in chat. Use the link in chat. My stream runs at a higher bit rate and AV1 and everything, so it should look very good. We're switching gears right now. You can ride the redirect and come with us. When you get over there, go crazy on the like button, all right? Go crazy on that like button. Thank you so much for checking out this video. This is me diving in brand new Monster Hunter Wilds gameplay. This will be Monster Hunter Wilds PS5 Pro gameplay. I've just kind of gone through the intro and made my character. I tried to make him look like me. I think I did a pretty good job. If you're watching this later, hit the like button if you appreciated this showcase of what the game looks like. I do play at a higher bit rate, and I do use advanced tech for compression, so it should look a lot cleaner and crisper than some streams out there. I'm going to end the previous stream and redirect folks over. We had a talk show this morning discussing all the various